Pacquiao is 50 years younger and I'd kick your ass.
He's coming out, Johnny. He's coming out. Fight this motherfucker. This is it, Johnny. Fight him. The referee sucks! All you work for! The ref sucks! Fight him!
Alright,
Fuck the referee!
fucking shit. Welcome to BDA Boxing, the boxing debate arena. This is your host, King Bucho. I'll be taking over for today. It's the weigh-in. Apparently it starts at 3 p.m. So we're just gonna talk about, what we perceive during the weigh-in. Will Mikey Garcia be all blown up? Will he be fat, muscular? Will Spence be drained or look fine, look in shape? We'll talk about that. All right, we have Johnny Boy on the line. What's up, Johnny Boy?
Hey, I'm at a different house. Can you hear me all right, Bucho?
Yeah, man, you sound fine.
Oh, okay, just checking. Oh, nothing. I just turned it on. Ray Boom Boom's got his Tony Spilatro suit on, and
Yeah. Where are you watching the? Is it on YouTube?
No, I'm watching on TV, bro. It's on. Hang on, I'm checking the guide right now. It's on Fox Sports 1.
We don't have Fox Sports 1, so I'm gonna try to find it on YouTube. If anybody knows where I can watch it on YouTube, let me know. By the way, let me just give a few shout outs here before people start getting all pissed off. We have the Shepherd of Sons. Gonzalo is in the chat. Mateus Lees, Canelo, the Quags, Tommy Temper. Welcome to the show. Triple J. I forgot about a J. Brandon White. Rasclo222, who's back. I haven't seen him in a while. Alright, let's get this party started. We also have Gonzalo and Official Boxing Scorecard on the line. What's up, guys?
Good evening, guys.
What up?
Hello, good evening.
What up? What time is it over there, Gonzalo?
Right now, it's 3 in the morning.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, you need to get that coffee ready now, Gonzalo.
I got it ready.
Oh, shit.
Now you know how it is for us Europeans.
Good point. All right.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's 2 in the afternoon here, but I'm on Central Time now. Because I'm,
Oh, yeah, you're Central Time. So it's 2 p.m. I'm Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Usually the weigh-ins are at 5 p.m., I think. But I don't know why they chose to make it at 3.
That's what Pete said yesterday in the Hangouts. I'm like, boy, that's kind of early. I was like, yeah. Because on the West Coast, bro, it would be noon right now.
Yeah. It's true, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know if it has something to do with the IBF belt, because I remember, the fight between Golovkin and Jacobs. It was also like very early.
They're on a commercial, right? They're on a commercial right now, anyway. Bucho.
Oh, right. The Golovkin Jacobs fight. Apparently, they had to do the weigh-in very early because of the snowstorm that hit New York at that time. So that was the reason or excuse.
By the way, Bucho, sorry for cutting you off. Earlier, you asked where you can watch it, right?
Yeah.
So apparently, there's a Michael Montero who's going to stream it on his YouTube channel.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, Pete had showed a link for it last night when we were talking on the Hangouts. I don't remember what the hell it was, but Pete found it on the internet somewhere too.
Shouldn't there be like a Fox Sports live stream? You know what I mean? Because it's on Fox, so I'm assuming they should be or the PBC YouTube channel.
That's what I was thinking. The PBC channel, maybe.
Premier Boxing Championship channel, yeah. Also,
they have it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna.
But it's because there's few PBC channels, but this one is Premier Boxing Champions.
Ah, okay, yeah, I got it. It says live.
They got the man with the hands of stone up there again.
Yeah, he was there on the last press conference, I believe.
He looked very short, Durant, but I guess when you get older, you start shrinking, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember my dad was about my height. Now he's like 2-3 inches shorter than me. I just seen the comparison between him and Mikey's size, because like Spence resembles what's his name, Marvin Hagler in height. He's also left-handed. They mentioned that comparison. I remember when I brought it up, which ended up in a decision. You know, Duran lost, but he didn't get manhandled by Hagler.
I was gonna say it's almost kind of like a Duran Barkley kind of size difference, Gonzalo. I ran Barkley.
Okay, yeah, he's just gonna be what is he, 5'6.5" against 5'9.5"? That's a 3 inches. And Duran was saying that he looked at Mikey's correction. He looked at Spence's shoes and that he was wearing high soles. And he brought that up, that it'd be interesting to see what fighting shoes he's gonna wear, because he thinks he brought that up in the conversation in Spanish. I don't know if he caught it because he said it in Spanish. I can't remember if they translated it or not. He made a whole point about the shoes. Yeah.
I heard. No, I was just gonna say I heard that too, Gonzalo, because I can understand a little bit of the Spanish. I can't understand it all the way, but I can catch some of the words.
All right, so now we have Chris Arreola, who's going to be going on the scale soon. He looks in better shape than in the past, but he still looks flabby as fuck, though. I don't think he can ever be in shape, this guy.
Bucho, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. What's up, Pete?
What's up, boys?
Hi.
What up,
Bucho, are you watching that YouTube stream for PBC?
Yep.
Are you watching Montero's or whatever?
No, I'm watching the PBC stream.
How old is Arreola?
239.
35?
35? Okay.
I don't know, man. I think so.
He's taking a few beatings in there, though.
Yeah. Yeah, but these are the heavyweights, so it doesn't take a lot to make get a title shot or anything like that. I mean, if Arreola beats this guy, expect him to fight like fucking Joseph Parker or something, or Dylan White.
Is this Pierre kid any good? I can't remember if I've seen him or not.
I've never seen him.
Yeah.
In the chat, BDA Boxing is saying that Gonzalo should make a bet with Canelo, because Canelo has been calling out Gonzalo for some reason. Canelo is in the chat saying that BDA asked Gonzalo if he's down to make a bet of Mikey getting knocked out.
Okay, not the victory, right? Just that he doesn't make it to the 12th round. That's what
exactly.
was implying.
Yeah, and if you lose the bet, you're out of the show.
That's kind of fucked up. It's like, you know what? It's not a matter if I believe in Mikey or not. It's whether Mikey believes in himself. Because what I'm just noticing, and I'm interested, is that Mikey, he just ever since the start of this whole thing, he's just seemed so confident in himself, and he's talking to us. That he's gonna show us a better Mikey, a Mikey that we never seen before. His confidence looks unwavering. So, it's just interesting to see because he's a multiple division champion, undefeated. And what's going to happen if Mikey loses? All that talk that he was, all that big talk that he was talking, where's Mikey going to go? Is he just going to, how is he going to, after showing all this, like 100% believing in himself, where is he going to go if he doesn't fulfill half of what he promised? So to me, it's not the first time that I'll ever get it wrong. Won't be the first or the last. But Mikey, it'll be his first because he's undefeated. Where's he gonna go if he doesn't?
Mikey can always just
fight,
Mikey can always just say that he fought a bigger guy and that's it. All that bullshit talk that he's been doing right now, he can just cover it up.
He'll lose me as a fan though. He'll lose me as a fan, right, Bucho? Because he's talked this big game and it's like, wow, man, this guy, he's squeaky clean, Mikey. He's a good fighter. He's an example. He's a tough guy. He's an example to everybody. Like, he represents whatever, however you would like to see that. Not just for Mexicans, but it's not a race thing for me. It's just, he just seems like the goods, and he's showing this confidence that anybody that sees, who's not going to want to root for the smaller guy? We know Spence is a bull, that he's a tough guy. So you see this little guy coming up and showing, this belief in himself. So it's like, you got to kind of wonder, that makes it interesting,
Duran's up here like, bro, don't get out of line or I'm going to smack both of you.
Yeah, this guy's from Tijuana, Pantera Neri, but he was on clenbuterol and he came overweight, but he's got a belt, so he's a good fighter. That's the guy that should fight Tank. The Tank should fight.
Before they come out, did you guys see Benavidez and Jay Leon smack talking each other and shit?
No. Yeah, but in the end they worked it out. Then they hugged it out. Yeah, they half hugged and shook hands and dabbed it up. Fist bump.
Well, no, but then Leonard Ellerbe jumped in there with this smug little grin. I'm like, bro, I hope one of these dudes hits fucking Ellerbe instead of each other.
And by the way, speaking of Ellerbe, you've seen that video of him saying that Lomachenko may not still be around when Tank is ready for the fight.
Oh my god, really?
Oh yeah. I mean, I haven't seen the video, but the comment is saying Leonard Ellerbe was asked if the Loma versus Tank fight would ever happen. He said it could happen if Loma is still around when we are doing what we are doing.
Wow.
What, in years or in weight division? Like active fighting or retired or like just moved up? Because he's expressed no interest in moving up to 140. That's what he said. Whether, he's only 32 years old. How planned do they think on milking Tank out, not fighting anybody?
They're just ducking is what they're doing, man. The Tank Davis is 24. Either get with the program or just, come on.
Somebody said it before. Look, he's a rising star, but there's guys that are right behind him that are going to come up. So if he decides to not fight people, who's coming right behind him? The Haney guy, with the other guy, what's his name?
Teofimo.
Stevenson. Teofimo, they're right on his footsteps.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't understand what they mean. If he's still around, like, he's gonna retire in 3 years or something? Lomachenko. I mean, he's not gonna retire soon.
Maybe he's going to, because by the way, in a recent interview from his Instagram page, he said that he is about to unify the division and then retire. I swear that's what Loma said.
All right.
Jillian Love missed weight.
Yeah,
Oh
by a
God,
quarter
are you
pound.
serious?
Yeah.
Let me go back
I like
to
how
the
they just
stream.
breeze by it too. Let me see if I wonder if Lynn Jr.'s get. I'm sorry to cut you guys off.
No, that's fine.
I get these people walking in my office.
There's not much to say right
I'm
now. We're
telling
just
them to
waiting.
shut up because I'm watching boxing.
Yeah. Oh,
I just screamed at my secretary. Oh, there's LRB. Get the fuck out of here, LRB.
And Richard Schaefer, those two fucks.
what's he saying here? Look at LRB. He's trying to act like fucking Dana White. They're getting in the middle.
Hey, I tell you what. I know it's been a year off for Benavidez. I hate to be such a mark for Benavidez and all that, but that's one of my favorite fighters, man. He might knock the shit out of. Look at this. He might beat the shit out of Jillian Love. Look at Duran.
Duran's
Look at Duran.
dancing.
Duran looks like he just wandered up there to the stage. You see that? He's just like fucking hanging out. Oh, look at this.
That's what I say. Duran's like, bro, don't get out of line. I'm
Dude,
gonna
look at
fucking hit
Jillian
both of
Love.
you.
What is he doing?
I don't know, man, but
I'm telling you, this kid here can be vicious. This Benavidez kid can be fucking vicious, man.
All right, let's see. How many losses does Jillian Love have? Fuck, I wrote it down. Like 4?
Two, Bucho.
He was
I forget the first one. The second one was to Quillen.
Monroe. Did he fight Monroe?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Anyways, this guy, I remember when they were hyping him up. He didn't do shit.
Yeah, they were acting like he was the best thing since fucking sliced bread when he was coming up.
Pete might be right. He might get stopped in this fight. Maybe I should put a bet on that.
This kid Benavidez could be nasty when he finishes. He got to down.
Well,
he's a lot like Golovkin, to be honest with you. I don't know if you like watching Triple G. He adopted a lot of his style at training with him.
That's his favorite fighter.
A long-time sparring partner too. I just never seen him. I never seen a sparring partner pick up so much of the the skill set from a fighter that they spar with.
Exactly. That's what he admires about him. That he turns his punches because he's fought bigger guys, and he says it hands down that Golovkin's the hardest fighter he's ever sparred.
Mikey's walking in right now.
There he is.
All right. Let's see this.
Yeah, that beating that Benavidez threw on that Gravil kid, I think he's Romanian or something. He beat the shit. Yeah. Well, the first fight was good. The second one, he just gave him a fucking beat down.
Yeah. You see that Porky Medina fight?
No,
I think he was mentioning Gavril fight.
No, I said, have you seen that Porky Medina fight? Have you seen that?
Yeah, I seen it, Pete. Yeah, I only the once, but yeah, I seen it.
Yeah, he looked good in that.
He's pretty fucking nasty when he gets down to it. I don't know about a year out, but he's been sparring with Bivol, I think. He brought in Bivol. Well, they've been sparring. They brought in each other for sparring, if you want to call it that. But
yeah, and he's young too. He just turned 22, bro. So he's got a,
Low Places in the chat says he's gonna be calling in. Yeah, we were expecting you to call. Well, you only get one call, and if we hang up, that's it, man. We got your number, so you can call again, but we're not gonna answer. By the way, he says that he's quitting YouTube and joining other people's hangouts. I highly doubt that. All right, Mikey, how do you guys see Mikey looking? Like, what do you see, guys?
Más o menos, Pucho.
Yeah.
I can't see. Let me see. I can't. Is he on the Michael Montero? Because my thing is.
Go to Premier Boxing Champions.
He looks a little. Not chubby, but just flabby. He doesn't look. He's not ripped or nothing like that, ripped. Mikey.
How much was his weight?
Well,
all right. So, what was Mikey's weight? Because I'm not listening to this thing.
Spence was 146. I didn't hear what Mikey's was.
Spence is 146 and a quarter. Mikey's 145.
Lopez, why do you want to fucking call into this show, man? All you do is slag this fucking channel off on your own channel, man. All of a sudden when you call into this show, man, get the fuck out of here.
What's going on, Cameron?
Gotta fucking slate the show, then want to call in every fucking time we go live, man. Go fucking shadowbox with your chair on your channel, you shitty hangouts.
Yeah. He's gonna be calling in anyways, but whatever. We'll take his call and then hang up. I mean, fuck it.
In the last press conference, Errol Spence kind of like, he lashed out, and Mikey said that he probably was acting like that because he was not dehydrated, but you know, him having to make weight, you know, makes people irritable. So now he can't really eat a whole lot, and you know, and rehydrate over the 10 pounds till what is it, until tomorrow morning.
That's what I don't understand about why they're setting this weigh-in so early today, because now theoretically he has to maintain weight until tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that's what I said. If
it was on like 5 o'clock Eastern or some shit.
Yeah, if you were in Cali or Vegas or something, this fucker would be going on at noon right now, bro.
Well, I'm saying they're fighting in the Central Time Zone, so you can't peg it to that because I mean,
no, but
you know,
the main event's gonna be at the same time.
Wherever they're fighting, though, I'm just saying, like, if I were Spence, I'd want this weigh-in to be. If I had to weigh in tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., I'd want this weigh-in to be about fucking 8 o'clock tonight. You follow me?
Yeah, but the main event's gonna be at the same time as if were in Las Vegas or New York, right? Like, I'm expecting the main event to be like at 11:30 Eastern time, so it's gonna be at 10:30 Central time. So I don't see why they would do it early.
Mikey's saying he's gonna be 5. He's smaller. He's smaller. That's not it. It's not like incredibly, like only 3 inches.
Yeah.
I mean,
Has anybody's prediction changed this week?
Nah. What was your prediction, Cameron?
Spence wins quicker than they thought.
Wait, what's your prediction, Cameron? I don't think we wrote it down.
I'm gonna wait until the weigh-in. I want to see what.
Well, we just
I want to do a boxing style, see what their bodies look like from.
Yeah.
Hang on.
All right. Well.
No, in all seriousness, I do want to see what Garcia looks like at first. So.
He just looks like a regular guy.
Is that what he did? Are they what he did? Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Was Garcia flabby? Is he flabby or is he actually, you know, lean?
That's just his body style. That's just his body style. You know, Mexicans don't have like these bodies, you know, that look like super cut up or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said, Gonzalo. He's not ripped, but he's not ripped, but he's not fat neither. He just looks like a regular guy, like Gonzalo say.
I think it's going to be like Golovkin Brook. I honestly think Spence stops him in the 6th round. I think Garcia will throw the towel in the 6th round. I think like Garcia will give it a go for a few rounds, and I don't think it will take long for Spence to really start nailing him into range and land his big shots and give him a bit of a pasting. But I think Robert Garcia will throw the towel in. There's no way in hell that Robert's going to let Mikey start taking a beating when it happens.
Look,
so.
Peterson decided to go in there and fight this guy in the pocket, trade shots with him. And he made it to 7 rounds, and he quit on his stool. So, you know, but Peterson doesn't. I don't care what anybody like thinks, but in other words, I don't think Peterson punches as hard as Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia, what I'm trying to say, will keep him more respectable. And if Mikey decides to fight this guy, you know, with the right strategy, he'll make it to 7 rounds.
But what we basing Garcia's power on at 147 when he's never had a fight there before? Well, I don't understand.
I'm basing it on this power that he has at 140.
I know that, but what we're saying is like he fought Adrian Bryant at 140 as a former lightweight, former super featherweight. And I'm not pointing you out, Gonzalo, but I've seen people on social media say that, you know, this guy's got power. I mean, you know, he'll have enough power to make Spence respect him. But based on what? Because Spencer's a fucking natural middleweight, and he's never fought at 147 before. So how do we know Garcia's power can actually get a respect to Spence? When you look at the difference and you look at the fact that Mikey's never fought at 147. That's what I feel anyway.
I think one of the arguments is that Mikey will have just enough power to keep Spence a little bit like on the get some respect out of Spence.
It's more the accuracy though, right? It's more the accuracy of Garcia than the power. I feel that. I think if Garcia can get enough shots off, then it could work. But if he can't, then he's in trouble.
Yeah, but do you think that
will Spence for a small guy?
Will Spence just walk through everything that Mikey Garcia throws, or will he kind of like, you know, feel a bit of the shots? and not just go in
he
like
looked pretty good against Brook, didn't? I mean, Spence looked pretty good against Brook. You know, chin wise, Brook landed some good right hands on him, and Brook's a big welterweight, and he can punch hard. So
this is the thing. Okay, I've already mentioned my prediction that I believe Spence will win. Not a unanimous, but a majority decision. So I'm saying that Spence will win, but this is the thing. If Errol Spence, I mean, he does have a good job. He's the longer guy, and that'll give Mikey Garcia problems, and he'll be able to hit him hard from afar. But if he tries to walk him down like he usually does, and get in there, who's got the shorter arms? Who's gonna be able to land first? Because he's accurate, and if he is able to time his punches, and he's the smaller guy, he's probably gonna be a little bit quicker. If he gets there first, he's gonna give him a fight. He's gonna give him a fight on the inside, because also like behind the jab, yeah, Spence does that in order to set up his shots. Well, he also likes to hook a lot. So when he hooks in there and he gets in close, Mikey having the shorter arms, that'll benefit him on the inside fighting. I'm not saying that he's gonna be able to weather the storm and keep him up and not end up getting knocked out. But I'm just saying that also, his punch he'll be pretty stupid if he just doesn't respect it completely. But we'll see. We'll see.
I think it's a mismatch, complete mismatch. I hope it's not, but I think it's a mismatch, a complete mismatch.
We'll be able to tell. We will be able to tell that in the first round. The first 2-3 rounds, we'll be able to tell if he respects Mikey's power or not.
Canelo says that Spence is going to send Mikey back to Mexico on his donkey. No, I don't think that's right, man.
He's not even from Mexico.
Mike will be announcing his fucking new career as a police officer on Monday.
All right, hold on. We have Precise on the line. What's up, Precise?
Oh, nothing. Just watch the weigh-in
and
still don't get the excitement. Yeah, what are you so excited about, Gonzalo?
Oh man.
Oh yeah, no. And by the way, I'm just trying to hype up the fight. I'm one of those guys that I'm just gonna be like sour grapes.
Just be honest.
Sour apples and
you're like Eddie Hearn, just hyping up a bunch of mismatches.
No, I mean,
be honest.
If I'm gonna be pessimistic and negative and like many people think, I understand that, but at least I have something to kind of like put it out there that
I think it's bro. I think it's different. I think there's difference between being negative and realistic.
Yeah,
I think there's a difference.
Like if Mikey Garcia kicks his ass, then you could say we were being pessimistic.
Oh yeah, we look like absolute clowns if that happens.
But if Errol Spence does what he does, then we're gonna say you were deluded, bro.
What the fuck is with Sean Porter's suit? This fucking Mo looks like fucking Iceberg Slim over here.
Start your show now. Press 1 to hear important instructions.
Oh yeah, their suits are terrible.
All right, guys, I'm trying to turn this shit on.
Is there any decent undercard fights? Fuck. I haven't really paid attention to that.
Jay Leon Love, not that it should be a decent fight, but
yeah, is any decent?
We'll see, but he's fighting David Benavidez. So,
oh dear, I think that's a bit of a mismatch as well.
Yeah. Then there's Luis Neri versus Arroyo. That should be a decent fight.
Oh, that's a good one.
Your show is scheduled to start in 30 minutes.
Please call back within 15 minutes of scheduled showtime.
Thank you for using blog.
Oh fuck! I gotta wait like 30 minutes to open the lines.
Oh, you've got the call-in show going.
Yeah, weren't you here last time? You weren't.
Sunday was the last show.
Yes. When? No, Wednesday. Oh, no, Thursday.
No, I wasn't on. No, I wasn't on that one. Well, was it a call-in show?
Yes, we do. And apparently Lopez is gonna be calling, but we'll give him like a few seconds.
He's ostracizing himself in his podcast. He won't be calling in.
Whatever. But yeah, so this bullshit, I have to wait now because I said I was gonna start it at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So we gotta wait. So anyways, keep talking, guys, and I'll try to figure this out. Maybe I can speed it up.
I was reading the comments on the live stream for this weigh-in, and my God, it seems like it really does seem like Mikey is cherry-picking Errol Spence, and it's a mismatch the other way. I'm reading these fucking comments seriously.
Oh man.
Do you know what makes me laugh? One thing I've noticed is that the people who didn't want this fight, I watched it this week on, I think it was on Fight Hub, and Robert Garcia, who was completely against this fight happening originally, is this week been saying, Errol's not fought someone like Mikey before, and I don't think he's on weight, and it just makes me laugh, man. They're trying to sell this fight when they originally didn't want it.
every one of these comments is fucking Mikey's daring to be great and he's gonna fucking shock the world. Like, let's just see what happens, bro. Like, fuck, slow your roll.
I mean, Spence is. I mean, I just don't get. I think a lot of people said it on here before, not just me, but I think Robert Garcia will pull Mikey out at some point. Like, he's not going to sit there and take a beating off him and go out on his shield. I don't think that's going to happen.
I think Mikey should be a little versatile and not just. I mean, yeah, granted, the bull's gonna go after him, you know, and the matador, the bullfighter, we'll just call it that, is gonna try to evade getting gored by the bull, right?
I mean, you consider the fact that this is a massive, not massive weight jump, but Garcia's not a welterweight. And he walks around not much higher than that. And I mean, how's this guy going to be stamina-wise in that ring when he's being pressured back and taking big shots? I just can't see how this fight is competitive at all. I really can't.
Yeah, he's not going to put on... Yeah, go ahead, Carneval.
Oh, sorry. Not that you should judge every fighter by the way they look, but it really seems like Mikey just fucking crawled off the damn couch this morning. And, you know, it looks like he trained for a couple of weeks. Like, I don't mean to rip on the guy, but it's like... I don't know if it's his diet or if he doesn't go as hard in the gym, because like any douchebag, if you really prepare for a 12-round fight, you should be ripped up, right? I mean, maybe it's his genetics or something. I don't mean to be too harsh, but he's carrying a lot of body fat into that ring. You know what I mean?
I think it's genetics.
He's not fat or anything.
He's like Areola.
Hey, remember? Yeah.
The tortilla diet. You know? Yeah. It gets you all flabby,
remember,
man.
guys? Yeah.
The tortilla diet.
Sorry, remember, guys, when Fernando Vargas fought Oscar De La Hoya? He said Mexicans shouldn't look like this, but he really, really looked, you know, like cut up and shit.
That was,
but he was roided up.
Exactly. But he was fucking in shape for that fight, as opposed to before that. But that's genetics. See, that's another case of, you know, where genetics... You know, the result of his body. Vargas was never going to be ripped unless he was taking PEDs.
Yeah, so, well, I was just going to say, and then fast forward a few years when he fought Mayorga and he was chubby. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, especially for Mikey. Yeah. You know, boxing is a game of fucking inches, and Mikey's got everything going against him. So you would think he would come into the ring and like, tippy top shape, ripped up like as best as he can. I mean, he's working with Victor Conte. He's got all the snack drugs and all that other shit, you know what I mean? And this is what we get. Like, did he really prepare like he means to win this fight? I'm just skeptical, man. I think he's just looking to get paid and retire and call it a fucking day, man. That's
you reckon he'll retire off this fight?
Depending on how bad of a beating he takes, yeah.
Doobie snacks?
I don't see, you know, people saying, I don't see him ever fighting anyone. You know, when people say go back down and fight Lomachenko, I never see that happening. Never.
No,
he already said he won't do it.
Yeah.
His brother did.
No, you know what? They had an interview with, not Ellie Seckbach. We'll just call him Popeye, the Jewish Popeye. But he had an interview with Seckbach like last year, year and a half ago, and he was like, and he told him when he was hitting the speed bag, he's like, no, I'm unifying with Easter, and I'm out. Why does that even that didn't even make sense to begin with, because you were at 140, came back down to 135 to unify with Easter, and then moved the fuck back up again. Like, what the fuck was the point of even coming back down to lightweight?
This is a guy who wanted to fight Cotton at 154 as well, which I remember that time, like a few years ago. He wanted to fight Emi on at 54 for Cotton. I've not been able to get myself invested in Garcia since he came back from that thing, because I don't think he even knows what he wants in his career. Like, he's moved up and down. I never got excited for the Easter fight. I never got excited for the Lipinets fight, which was a fair fight in hindsight. But before that, I don't think anybody really was too interested. And now he's fighting with Spence.
Yeah.
So,
I think he does know. I think he does know.
But he's not because the fighters that we want to see him fight. He should be fighting Lomachenko, you know. So.
By the way,
but I think he does know because go ahead.
Just quickly, because Boxing Style in the chat is saying that he didn't know that this was a bodybuilding show. I mean, boxing styles are one that always looks at the fucking fighters' bodies, and then he makes a prediction off of that. So come on.
He thought Mark Ocean was going to go 12 rounds Golovkin because he had 4-pack. So it's not going there.
I think he's joking around.
Leonard Ellerby was looking at the bodies of the fighters. We know that.
Oh yeah.
Salivating. I think he does know, because even with those 2 years, you know, with his promotional company when he left Bob Arum, I think it's all been geared to a career move. You know, in welterweights is where you have the money fight, and he doesn't have the promoter, so I guess you don't have to pay that extra money, that percentage, to a promoter, and he's getting into his money fight, and he also expressed interest that, you know, depending on his performance, I guess that you'll stay in welterweight. So once you're in a money fight, you'll fight for money again. Then yeah, he'll probably cash out and retire. You know, it's probably not the same fighting in welterweight than featherweight as far as the money goes.
Do you know what? Matus in the chat has made an interesting comment, right? And it's actually made me. I know he's joking around, but he goes, "Garcia's lazy. Have you ever seen him sweating?" And I don't think I've ever seen Garcia sweat actually in training or anything.
That's what I think it is, because it's like, even when you look at Ricky Hatton, he was a slob and he would blow up in weight, but then come fight time, he was fucking shredded, cut up, and he could go hard 12 rounds. You know what I mean? Can Mikey do that? I've never seen it. You know what I mean? All his fights have been, he's just been on cruise control basically. This is not going to be one of them fights.
So what do you think is happening here, Precise? Like, what do you think happens? Because from what Mikey Garcia has been telling us is that he has never been this motivated in his whole fucking career, man. So he's taking this extremely serious. He's enjoying going to the gym. He wants to make like a history.
Saying all the right things to make people watch this fight, basically.
Yeah, they're selling the fight, man. I mean, but they didn't want this, or Robert, his dad, they didn't want this fight. Mikey said, "Fuck it, I want this fight." They finally, you know, decided to take it against their, you know, better, whatever. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. But anyway, they had no choice, basically.
They decided
they
decided to cave in, Precise.
Yeah, they caved in, and now they gotta sell this bitch. You know what I mean? So you got Roberto Duran over there selling this bitch, acting like Mikey's gonna do something. You got all these, like,
did you see what he said? Fucking Roberto Duran said, he was honored to be compared to Mikey Garcia.
Get the fuck
out. He's just being modest, bro. He's just being modest.
He's getting paid.
How much did he get to say that,
right,
man?
For sure.
Duran became an escort for a promoter.
No, I mean, what makes me laugh the most is Robert Garcia trying to sell his fight this week after he was just completely against his fight even happening before it was signed and official.
Yeah, and like people are looking at the weigh-in, and you know, Spence just dropped fucking 15 pounds of water weight in the last 24 hours or something like that. So he comes in at 146.5. Mikey's a pound lighter. They look the same size. People are getting excited, man. They get in that fucking ring, and Mikey Garcia is probably going to lose a couple of pounds of weight, and Spence is going to blow up another 15, and it's not going to look anywhere close to what it looked like on the scales. So, man, people, it's a good way to hype up the fight, you know, with the weigh-in and everybody like talking Mikey up and all this and that. But it's a fucking scam, bro. And if Mikey does win, well, then Errol Spence ain't all that. Let's, you know, somebody's getting overhyped over here. You know what I mean? Whatever the outcome is.
Yeah,
that's my big question. You know, my big question, even the pro boxers will say, okay, yeah, Errol Spence is in the top pound for pound list. I mean, he does pass the eye test. You know, he looks like a tough guy. You know, yeah, he's got an 8-pack. You know, he's got good body punching. He's got a good jab. He's a southpaw. You know, he's got all this fan base that keeps talking about him like he's the next best thing. I've heard that for what is it, 2-3 years, going on 3 years now.
But what's special, Gonzalo? What's special about Spence? Pound for pound fighters are supposed to have at least one special attribute. I don't see any.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure it out. I mean, he does, like I was saying, I stated some qualities that you can agree with, people can agree with, but why would people put him in the pound for pound list?
Why would people put Mikey on the pound for pound? Like look, Mikey will
be more top 10 if I won.
Yeah, Mikey goes out there. Mikey goes out there and he says, "Oh, Errol Spence reminds me of myself," and then he says he's basic. Well, what the fuck does that make you, Mikey? You know what I mean?
Precise. I agree with that. No matter how the outcome goes, whether Spence goes in there and bulldozes Mikey, or Mikey goes in there and beats Spence up, somebody's getting fucking overhyped here, dog. Somebody's getting overhyped here. I don't think this is going to be one of them back and forth type of. I don't see it. I think somebody's getting their ass kicked, and I tend to think Spence is going to be doing the ass kicking. But I you know,
Mateus.
Yeah. Well, and see, that's what somebody asked me on one of my videos, like, what's my pound for pound list? I told them, I'm like, dude, I got like 5, 6, 7 guys that I think are special. I don't have like a distinct 10 number. I'm not making a 10 commandments list over here, bro. Like Lomachenko, Usyk, Canelo, Triple G. I'll throw Crawford in there, and then like Soren Visai, bro. Like that would be like 6, 7 guys. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have to be 10.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with pretty much the names you listed off as well. I'm going to put one insight in there because a lot of people forget him.
So she's a keeper, Cameron, the girl.
Yeah, man.
Still got that picture.
Fuck it, man. I ain't gonna say that. Yeah, I ain't gonna fucking. That was on my birthday the other night. I ain't gonna fucking sit here and say I'm gonna marry her with me. You know what I mean? Fuck me, but see how it goes, man. It depends. Right. I mean, listen, if Garcia wins, I'll propose to her. How about
that? What? We know that Spence. We know that Spence has to knock out Mikey Garcia. Now, my question is, what would be, what would expose Spence? You know, what I'm trying to say is like, what would Mikey have to do to, you know, just prove that Spence isn't all that?
Win like 6 rounds.
Okay, I'm gonna write it down. Go beyond 6 rounds.
Are we all good? This is when you know the fight's a mismatch.
I know.
Taking our predictions for how we're gonna see Spencer's all that or not all that.
So
well, dude, and if Mikey even makes it to the end, bro, Spence is a fucking hype job. I don't care.
That is literally the fact of it. Yeah.
So Precise
if Mikey Garcia goes to 9 rounds, I'll be surprised.
Okay.
If Mikey wins, Ellie's gonna propose to him.
Ellie's already tried that. Ellie's literally, I've seen numerous. Ellie's been in their hotel room after fights. He's been at Garcia's home, and
probably.
I don't know how Mikey Garcia's actually still got the brains he was born with, hanging around with that fucking weirdo all the time.
Ellie's probably hanging fucking cowboy hats on the doorbell at the hotel rooms there, bro.
I'm just waiting for Ellie to be holding a spit bucket one day in the fucking corner. That's what I'm waiting for.
In the chat, Ben Casares. Hold on. In the chat, Ben Casares or Casares is saying that what if Errol loses? Is Mikey great or Errol Spence overrated?
Both.
Oh, man,
both.
Yeah, I mean, if Mikey wins, you know, legitimately, you gotta give him credit.
Yeah.
Even for a guy to go up 2 weight classes and beat a top 3 guy, even in any weight division, that's significant. So you gotta give Mikey credit, especially where he's come from already. But at the same time, man, Spence cannot be everything that they're saying he is if he loses to Mikey. Come on.
Yeah.
Mikey's gonna be.
You got to give Mikey some kind of credit.
Oh yeah, I mean, this I've always said that if I'm completely disregarding a fighter and saying he's got no chance, if he then goes and wins, I'm gonna be blowing smoke up his ass. So that's always what I've been about it.
What if Mikey Garcia goes to loses a split decision? He still gets credit.
If he even survives, it looks bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. If he survives, I'll give him credit because he's fighting a much bigger guy. But I don't know what that tells me about Mikey.
I always gotta see these fights, man.
Yeah, it's speculation here.
Yeah, like we could sit here and I hate when people say, "Oh, whoever wins this fight is pound for pound #1." First and foremost, this ain't the fight to be saying that. Just basically, but secondly, you gotta see this fight and you gotta see how they win. If they just look at each other and they jab all night and it's a terrible fucking fight, then nobody deserves to be pound for pound. You know, they need to be demoted no matter who wins.
Well,
these fights.
But hold on. In your opinion, Precise, no matter what happens in this fight, there's no pound for pound credit given to any of these two boxers, right?
Oh, okay, look, if Mikey comes out there and he outboxes Spence and then he like stops him late, even if he wins a clear decision, yeah, he deserves to be on a pound for pound. There's no two ways about it, right?
Okay.
I just don't see it happening. He's going to prove me wrong, basically, is what I'm saying. He's going to prove that he always was a pound for pound fighter, or at least right now he is a pound for pound fighter, and I just don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, you know what I mean? So good luck, Mikey.
But does this say if Garcia goes in there and actually wins clean, there's no controversy, where does that rank in terms of upsets in boxing? Really? Because I think a lot of people would blow this up to be a massive upset when realistically Spence isn't like a proven great himself, right?
Exactly.
He's a 4-1 underdog, so we've seen much bigger upsets than that, you know what I mean?
That's a good point. And it's not like Spence is the king of the division. I don't care what people say about the other contenders in the welterweight division. Spence hasn't fought them yet. So it's not like this guy's the undisputed welterweight champion of the world.
I still think until someone beats Furman, I still think someone needs to beat Furman, man. I'm based on the fact that he had 2 belts, he beat Garcia Porter. I mean, he's got the best resume, 147 Furman, right? So, I'll take away Pacquiao, of course, but...
Well, I was just going to...
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, now they're saying Pacquiao's going to be sitting ringside at this fight. Let me just say something real quick. If Spence wins and they make a fucking Pacquiao-Spence fight, I'm going to be pissed off, bro. Because Pacquiao, in a nutshell, is the same fucking size as Mikey is, dog. In a nutshell. Okay?
I think I'll give Pacquiao more chance to beat Spence.
Hang on one second, Cam. I don't want this kid who's half his age and twice his size taking advantage of fucking Pacquiao is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's exactly what my sentiments were about.
I'd still give Pacquiao more of a chance of beating them than Garcia.
Oh, I would too. I'm not writing him off. I'm just saying I don't want fucking Spence, who's twice his size and half his age, taking advantage of fucking one of the all-time greats here. You know what I'm saying? Because
Garcia.
All right, let Gonzalo respond here. Go ahead.
In the end, it's gonna be all about the money. Roberto Duran said it. You know, like if the paycheck's there, you know, Pacquiao's gonna take it. You know, but yeah, you're right. You know, that's why I kind of rather would have seen him pass the torch to Lomachenko. You know,
yeah.
He made that comment, but in reality, I don't know if it really should be considered a duck, because who's to say that it was just gonna happen? They just asked him a question, and that's what he responded. But you know, maybe you know. But it's interesting, like what Dougie Fisher or Steve, I can't remember him or Steve Kim said that Pacquiao that'd be interesting. He said that he thinks that Pacquiao would beat any of the welterweight. Well, at least Thurman and Porter. He doesn't really know about Spence. He said because he's bigger. But did he give Mikey? That he give Porter and Thurman a better chance that he would give him a better chance than fighting Mikey.
Yeah, and now everybody in the chat's coming, bro. I'm not saying Pacquiao doesn't have a shot against Spence. I'm just saying he's a lot smaller and a lot older than Spence. He'd be taking advantage of him for a paycheck, dog. I'm not saying Pacquiao.
What I'm saying that the experts give Pacquiao a better chance of beating Thurman or Porter than they do Mikey Garcia.
Well, and, and if Pacquiao was Spence's age, he'd fucking rip his face off. I'm not even writing him off now. I'm just saying I don't want young dude.
Yeah, man.
Man.
We're talking about Pacquiao from like, I mean, like say Pacquiao when he was fighting, Cotto and Mosey and that, he would beat the shit out of Spence. I really think that, man.
He'd beat the shit out of him. Cam. He'd kill him.
Spence is well too basic for that. Yeah, Spence still moves in straight lines, man. Like Spence, creativity-wise, he's not all that.
All right.
Pacquiao bamboozling with his offense. Pacquiao.
Who would you give Pacquiao a better chance of beating Thurman, which is a regular welterweight, or Mikey Garcia, that's a 140-pounder at most?
Start your show now.
Who would you give him a better? I give him a better chance against.
Your show is scheduled
Thurman.
to start in 9 minutes 18 seconds.
Hold on.
Well, Gonzalo, I think that stylistically, Garcia's style better suits him, but seeing that Thurman was looking bad in the last fight, now he stands a better chance against Thurman.
Well, and Thurman's gonna get on his fucking bicycle as soon as Pacquiao hits him once, too.
Yeah.
Thurman looked shit against Lopez, man. I mean, Jesus Christ. Was it Lopez? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
What'd you say?
It was Jose Lopez Thurman 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost got knocked out.
The Shepherd and Son says Spence Pacquiao at this point is a 50-50. I agree. In his prime, he ripped Spence's fucking head off.
Yeah.
Look, I think we could all agree that Pacquiao is the PBC asked Pacquiao to join to build one of their up-and-coming guys against him. Okay, we know why he's there, right? So no matter what Pacquiao does against Thurman or Spence, he's getting robbed. Okay, even if he outpoints these guys or wins a close decision, he's getting robbed. Let's just get that out the way. But as far as Pacquiao fighting Spence, I mean, at this point in time, I say give it to me. But if Spence just completely outboxes and destroys Mikey, like Mikey doesn't win a minute of any round, then I might change my mind about the Spence Pacquiao fight.
Honestly, Spence Thurman. That's what I thought I want to see.
Yeah, man. What the fuck? Spence against Mikey Garcia, a fucking lightweight, and then Spence against a 42-year-old. I mean, this is a joke, man.
Yeah, especially when you got Thurman and Spence on the same side of the boat.
Yeah.
2 belts. You know what I mean? They should be making that fight this year.
I don't think they'd rob Pacquiao against Thurman. Against Spence, they might. Against Thurman, they don't give a fuck because Thurman's only fought once in 2.5 years. They're not going to rob him against Thurman. Against Spence, they might. Or whoever they're trying to bulk up as the next Sugar Ray Leonard over here. But, you know.
I agree. Thurman, to me, doesn't seem to have the best relationship with Heyman like he used to. Now Spence is kind of the golden boy, right? That's what the sense I kind of get. Like, Thurman doesn't speak as highly of Heyman as he did before. If you go back a few years ago, there's a few interviews where he doesn't really mention him as much as he used to.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Thurman,
maybe they don't rob Pacquiao against Thurman. I don't know, but you're gonna see American commentators. I'm assuming it'll be on Showtime, sucking Thurman's dick, talking about how he's boxing beautifully when he's running away for dear life from Pacquiao, and the American judges are gonna see the same thing because Pacquiao throws gays out of helicopters. You know, it's gonna be one of them things, man.
Can you imagine Malik Knowledge on commentary for Pacquiao Thurman, man?
Fuck. No thanks.
Fucking running away. Oh, Thurman's boxing beautifully.
Bo Johnson is saying that Thurman has been docking Spence for 4 years.
No, I wouldn't go that far, man. I mean, Spence hasn't even been level for 4 years.
Yeah, and Thurman's been out for 2 of them.
Yeah.
Rasclot222 says that Lomachenko was scared of Manny Pacquiao. Manny said, let's do it at 144. And Lomachenko said, hell no.
144 is a bit steep, though. I mean, fucking hell.
Bro, you're talking about a welterweight versus a very small lightweight, dog. No. Nobody got ducked or did any ducking between Lomachenko and Pacquiao.
What's Lomachenko's natural weight? Some people are saying that it's 135. Other people claim that he's
130, in my opinion.
130.
Okay.
He's on fight night. He's in the ring at like 138, 39 probably at lightweight. So he just said he'll come down to 130 to fight Tank if the fight is possible.
And plus, if you pay some attention, it may seem that they have the similar dimensions, similar arm reach and height, but Manny is much stockier, you know.
Yeah.
Manny's big boned. Somebody did this measurement. They wrote this article talking about how is it that Pacquiao has all this power when he's so little. They measured his wrists, his ankles, and did all that other stuff. And he has the bone structure. Obviously, he's shorter, but like the thickness of his wrist is of like a super welterweight, basically. Like that's how his wrists were 7 inches around. I dare any one of you guys to measure your wrist. If you're under 200 pounds and you're over 6, like you got big wrists, man.
Yeah, and there's no point in speculating about Lomachenko and Pacquiao because one of them's a welterweight, one of them's a lightweight, one of them's with Top Rank, and one of them's with the PBC. So there's no point in making a Loma Pacquiao debate for you fellas in the chat because I'm reading the comments. So.
When I went and saw Manny Pacquiao and General Santos, I made a point of it. You know, when I shook his hand, I let my hand go limp to see how how heavy his hand was. Yeah, it's pretty bigger than mine. It's bigger than mine. I mean, I'm taller than him. I'm like 5'9.5". You know, he's 5. He was barely starting camp. You know, he was a little pudgy, like 150 pounds. But yeah, he's a short guy, but he's pretty stocky. His head is big.
When you let your hand go limp, did he threaten to throw you out of a helicopter?
Pacquiao's cool. He's a nice dude. Yeah, his hand is heavy for sure.
He had some bear paws for a little guy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His calves as well, man. Fucking hell.
Fuck, he's got
some massive calves on that man.
Yeah, fucking Ray Lewis calves on Pacquiao. He's got.
Yeah.
Trying to get this.
Robert Garcia. I've never met Mikey, but Robert Garcia's hands is pretty heavy too. I did the same thing to him.
I hope it's not too heavy when he used to throw that towel in the air on Saturday.
Oh shit! All right, guys, give me 2 seconds. This shit. All right, people in the chat, 2 minutes until we open the lines.
It would probably sound like, "Oh, well, that was great."
Do me harder.
Yeah.
It sounds like a fucking weird robot, man.
Flick the bean.
That's what a sex robot is gonna sound in a few years.
People in the chat are saying no sound apparently. Let me see if I've got it.
No, there's sound now.
No. I just unmuted mine. All I heard was Johnny saying "flick the bean."
Yeah, guys, I muted because I was trying to call the show thing, get it started. But anyways, let's play the waiting game now. Did you guys hear about Deontay Wilder? That he's gonna be rejecting the $100 million offer on Tuesday.
I already made a video about it, Bucho.
He's retarded, isn't he? He's fucking retarded. That's boy.
Yeah.
But being that it's coming from Mike Coppinger, it may not be true. So
no, Coppinger's quite reliable, man. Coppinger nowadays is quite reliable.
And it's also coming from Chris Mannix, the guy from Sports Illustrated. So I think it's true. Now,
isn't he Yahoo Sports? No, Mannix is Yahoo Sports, isn't he?
I'm not sure. He's on Sports Illustrated, and he's like a commentator on The Zone Boxing.
I think Mannix is Yahoo. You broke the story about Better Beer signing with Top Rank, which is fucking bullshit in the end, so not too sure.
Jason Bourne in the chat says that Cameron liked it up the hours.
Yeah, that guy always trolls me, man. He's been trolling me for a long time. I don't really pay attention to what he says.
All right. Paul Johnson is saying that...
He's not in no place, man. He's like a fly on the wall, man. Can't zap it.
You have a lot of fans, Cameron. All right, Paul Johnson says, I told you all Wilder never wanted AJ. That's true. I mean, I don't know. Like, some people are saying...
That is drained. That for a while, honestly, there was a time, most of this year so far, there was a time where I literally didn't watch any fights until recently. But because of that one situation, because all people were talking about was Joshua Wilder on podcasts, on social media, just drains you out.
Yeah, it's like it does. It's changed the subject at some point here.
But my question is, who's he gonna get a better deal from? Because he didn't take the ESPN, and that was gonna be against Fury, and he didn't take the dance deal, and that was gonna be the network to fight Anthony Joshua. What other network's gonna give him a fight in a different platform to fight either of these guys? He's gonna have to go down and dance or in ESPN for Fury.
Yeah.
Where else is gonna fight? For who is he gonna fight?
All right, guys, I'm gonna try again. Everybody in that chat, just wait. We're gonna mute. All right, guys, in the chat, we are live, and I'm gonna. Well, actually, I opened the lines now, so people can call in. Let's see. All right. So what are we talking about, guys?
People in the chat saying, "Where's Low Place? Low Place has vanished. He vanished after what St. Guy said, actually." Fuck.
So who can offer him another deal to fight where? PBC against who?
No.
I think Heyman's got some sort of fucking mafia going on in the PBC where these top guys aren't allowed to leave for whatever money they threaten his life. That's honestly what I think is going on. I mean, who's going to offer him more than 100 million, man, for 3 fights? I don't see it.
Not to change the subject. You guys see
please change the subject. Please change it.
I was going to say, did you guys see the fucking mob boss got shot in New York?
Oh, yeah.
New Zealand shooting, man. Fucking New Zealand shooting is happening today.
I've seen that as well, Cameron.
Yeah, man. Fucking hell. I saw that on the news earlier on. 40 people died, man. Some crazy shit on it goes on this world, man. We don't even think about it. Like, some crazy shit going on right now as we're on this podcast, right? The world's crazy.
Yeah.
About 40 people, that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people, man.
If he gets another deal, this guy, Wilder, where's it going to be at? Dan's made him an offer. He didn't take it. ESPN made him an offer. You know, and if he goes to PBC, I'm not saying that he can't fight in Dance, but apparently he don't want that 100,000 to fight in Dance because ultimately he would have to face Joshua and he get that money. But if he goes to PBC and tries to get another deal, I don't know. And he loses, he's asked out of the big paydays.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Apparently the offer for Wilder was a 3-fight deal. And that included the Brazil fight that's going to be taking on May 18th. So that fight wouldn't have taken place on Showtime. It would have taken place on the Zone. And then I'm assuming that the 2 fights after that would be against Anthony Joshua. And so for those 3 fights, Wilder was going to get around $100 million. So I don't, like Gonzalo's asking, where the fuck was he going to get a better deal than that? Because from what I understand, he got like $4 to $6 million. Some people say $8 million to fight Fury. I don't think he got $8 million, but anyways, now all of a sudden he's gonna get what, 20 million, 33 million? That's just not gonna fucking happen, man.
And it's not just the money. They're getting them the fights with Joshua. If he goes to another network, is Joshua gonna fight somewhere else, like Showtime? It ain't gonna happen.
Who's he gonna fight? Where are they gonna make the money? Like, it doesn't make fucking sense, man. Wilder has been getting paid like $2 million per fight. All of a sudden, they're gonna match what the Zone's offering? No fucking way, man. Or maybe they already know. Yeah. Maybe Wilder's camp already know that they're gonna be fighting Tyson Fury, and they're banking on that Wilder's gonna be defeating Tyson Fury, and so then Wilder's gonna have his stock is gonna rise, and then fight Anthony Joshua. But I don't know.
But he rejected the ESPN deal. So what does that say?
Yeah, but I think the ESPN deal was for Wilder to be fighting on ESPN, obviously. But I think what Wilder's camp think that's gonna happen is that they're gonna have like a pay-per-view that's gonna be
cross promotion.
Cross promotion, exactly. Yeah, like Tyson.
But don't they lose money? Don't they lose money because they got to split the earnings?
Yeah, but
so
I don't know.
How is he going to get paid all this money?
Well, maybe it's an ego thing.
That's why they want to pay him a lot. Yeah.
Maybe it's an ego thing. I mean, they know it's the best option to go to the Zone or do the ESPN deal, but I think Walter's just fucking stupid, and all he does is listen to to Shelly Finkel and Al Heyman, and I think they based just on their egos, they don't want to deal with the Zone and ESPN, and so they don't care about the money. I think it's more about their egos. That's the only explanation I can find.
They're making in-house fights.
Yeah. Yeah. What's Wilder gonna do, by the way? I mean, he's fighting Brazil. Who's he gonna fight next on Showtime? He's not in the same position as Fury, who has a guaranteed contract. He's not in the same position as Anthony Joshua, who makes millions of dollars fighting whoever, in the UK as well. So, what the fuck's Wilder gonna do, man? He's not a star.
Fight Dominic Brazil.
Yeah, but after that, he's gonna be
Adam Konaki, man.
Why would they pay Wilder like $10 million or more to fight Gowacki, that Polish guy, or or
Charles
whoever.
Martin, he's on the fucking something like that.
I don't know what they're gonna do with Wilder. It doesn't make fucking sense. And Wilder fans are the worst because they're coming out with all these fucking excuses. Like Wilder. Oh no, it's because Wilder's getting paid under the table. Like, how do you know? You know, and the IRS would be all over that for sure, man. Cause they man, you don't pay them a cent and they're gonna fucking catch you, man. And you know it. They're gonna find you, man, wherever you are, in the jungles of Brazil, whatever. They will fucking find you to get their money. So I doubt that Wilder's getting paid under the table. And remember, Spinoza apparently hinted at that something about like you're not getting the full disclosure of the purses, which is fucking bullshit. And then everybody jumped on that and started saying, "Oh, there's a proof. See, PBC fighters are getting more money than what they're openly stating." Bullshit, man. The IRS would have been all over that shit after that statement. Anyways, I'm ranting.
No, it's interesting. Yeah, it's true.
All right.
Good but also, like, it's the best deal in boxing, even better than Canelo's, because Canelo gets 300 plus for 11 fights. If you compute it for 3 fights, getting 100 million, that's more money on the for 3 fights. That's like within a year and a half.
Wilder would be getting 33 per fight.
And also, you can lose a fight and still get and you're gonna get the rematch. So all you gotta do really is beat Brazil, and you're getting the 20 million as a caveat that you're gonna fight, Joshua. And then you go in there and you fight Joshua, and let's say you lose. You lose, but you kind of did all right. You're still gonna get the rematch clause, and then you get another 50 million. Then you ride out into the sunset. What's this guaranteed?
$100 million. Yeah. Are people computing this?
Yeah. Well, and this Mama Luke's already got 96 kids too. Like, you may as well just took the deal for their fucking sake at this point.
Yeah. What is Al Heyman saying to Deontay Wilder? What is Shelley Finkel? What are they telling him? And is Wilder under some kind of spell? Like some voodoo spell or some shit? He doesn't know what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, I think he's a fucking douchebag. Shelley Finkel?
But see, Butcho, we don't even know what in reality really happens at this moment between Wilder and Shelley Finkel and Al Heyman. Maybe in reality, Wilder wants that while they're trying to prevent him from signing to the zone. Imagine that scenario. I mean, a couple of episodes ago, we were talking about Wilder mad because of not getting paid what AJ is getting paid. So I would not be surprised if in reality Wilder to accept the deal and his own future in the future. Shelley Finkel and Heyman are preventing him.
Maybe it's in the contract. Maybe Wilder can talk about it. I mean, who the fuck knows, man? But
Right.
it's just
Snapper Wrinkle, not Shelley Finkel. Snapper Wrinkle.
What?
Yeah, it must be a power thing. They don't want to give the power to Dance because it's bad promotion for Showtime.
Yeah. Well, and then again, Wilder is kind of like their biggest fighter, even though he's not like a Canelo or anything. But who does the PBC have right now? That's a popular name. I mean, you could say maybe Spence.
Oh, the Charlos. No,
Yeah, see, they don't have any fucking big names, man.
Spence, Garcia, Benavidez.
Yeah, I mean, all right, let me correct I'm not saying big. They are names in boxing, but they are not like these names that can transcend the sport of boxing. Wilder can do it because he's a heavyweight. He has a punching power. He's American, but they've just wasted him for all these years. They didn't do shit with this guy, and so now I don't know how they managed to keep this guy, because you obviously see ESPN that fucking offered him a lot of money. You see the Zone offering him a lot of money, and somehow Wilder still stays with Showtime and Fox and the BBC. It doesn't make sense.
I'm just waiting for this whole PB shit to fucking crash and burn and wind up in the side of the mountain. That's what I'm waiting for, Bucho.
Yeah, and some people... No, but hold on. So, yeah, you're right. but we've been saying this for like 2 years now, and some people go like, well, you guys keep saying that the PBC is gonna die, it never dies, blah blah blah. You're wrong. The PBC has fucking lifelines that keep popping out here and there. All right, like the Fox deal kind of saved the PBC because Showtime doesn't want to show all of these PBC fucking garbage fights anymore. All right. But Fox, they don't know any better. They allowed Al Heyman to put on his fucking garbage fights over there. And we just saw that with those showcase fights. I mean, fucking, how many showcase fights do we need to see Leo Santa Cruz in, right? Or Gervonta Davis?
Exactly, Bucho.
So they got a lifeline, fuckers. They got a lifeline. Fox, it's
man,
called the Fox
the
Sports Lifeline, man.
Just PBC just makes me want to fucking be in a coma for a few fucking months, man.
They're gonna survive, but the people that are gonna get affected here are the boxers, which are losing their careers.
No.
They're losing their prime years.
Oh, for sure.
Keith Thurman already stated. Keith Thurman already said, you know, I just turned 30 years old, man, and he's like, I wish I could have done maybe things differently, but here I am. I'm gonna keep on going. But he, like, when he said that, it just shows that he realized that he wasted a lot of fucking years of his fucking prime. Doing fucking absolutely nothing, dealing with Al Heyman, getting injured. I mean, come on, man. Your late 20s are the best fucking years for a boxer, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Do you know, I've got no opinion on this fucking thing anymore. Ignore what I was going to say. A bunch of bullshit. Wilder should take the DAZN deal. The heavyweight division sucks ass because Fury, Joshua, and Wilder are fucking about now on different networks. The whole thing's a part of shit. They should just fight.
But what do you think, guys? What's the reason for Al Heyman not letting Wilder getting the deal? Because I mean, if you take a look at it, if Wilder wins and so he wins against AJ 2 times, once or twice, he becomes the biggest name in the boxing basically, and so Heyman can extend and transfer his PBC guys to DAZN eventually. Only the only reason, the only explanation I'm seeing from him not doing it is if he already made the deals with Showtime and Fox that he has to respect, or is in some kind of money laundering scheme. Otherwise, I don't see the reason why he would not even let, after Wilder, let the other guys join DAZN and then do everything there.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously something shady going on.
Maybe they're just scared. Yeah. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Maybe they're just scared of losing the WBC belt. You know, losing the belt and having a guy from what's it called, the United Kingdom have all the belts, or you know, and the promotional company Dan's, you know, to take the belt. You know, if they don't have the belt, then Dan's and a foreigner got the belt, and then they start recruiting more heavyweights for the Dan's. You know, they're gonna own the heavyweight division, and they're gonna own the middleweight division. They're gonna start taking over.
By the way, it's DAZN, bro, not dance.
Yeah, okay.
DAZN.
Yeah, that's a good point, Gonzalo, because I mean, assuming that Joshua wins the fight against Wilder and he becomes the undisputed heavyweight champion, they have the only champion. I mean, the PBC might as well get out of the heavyweight division. You know what I mean? Because if one of their fighters gets a shot, it's gonna be happening on DAZN.
Yep.
And then yeah.
Yep.
Interesting.
Then they're gonna have the belt, and then they're gonna start getting more fighters to come into DAZN, and then even if those fighters lose, you know, they just the American side and the PBC have no leverage anymore.
Canelo in the chat is saying that Barbershop said that Deontay Wilder is worth $1 billion.
What did I say to that, Pucho? That fucker isn't worth the bottom of my shoe.
I think he's lowballing. I think they're lowballing him for a billion.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man.
Like Broner would say, that's slave money.
The Shepherd of Sun says 1 billion Zimbabwean money.
Fucking Dr. Evil over here. Why make $1 trillion when we could make $1 billion? Fuck.
Oh man.
Fucking embarrassing, man. Fuck Hitler, I'm yawning. That's how fucking shit this topic is.
Yeah, well,
Fuck.
This is the thing. I mean,
Charlo.
Charlo. What about Charlo? You want to talk about the Charlos?
I'd rather talk about Charlo's in the heavyweight division. I think they're both topics of shit.
Fuck, man. Listen, this is the current situation in which we find ourselves in right now. We have what's supposed to be a big fight tomorrow, but it's a mismatch. So we already talked about that. There's not much else to say.
I think.
Yeah. We talked about Wilder, but it's all speculation. Oh, BDA in the chat is saying that talk about Zuleki against Gabriel Rosado. That's true. That's a good fight. That's a good fight.
I'm a massive Rosado fan. Been a Rosado fanboy forever. I don't know why. Like, forever. I thought he got robbed against Martin Murray when he fought him over and he got the decision against him. I thought he won that fight. I thought his last fight was a close one. I think he's actually I think Selecki, it'll be a good fight. I mean, I think as much as I want to pick Rosado, I think Selecki's going to edge that one out. I think just different stages of their career. I think Rosado's kind of like, he's always been that kind of gatekeeper, but he's always been good, right? I've always liked Rosado, but I just think Selecki will edge this out. But,
yeah, I think Selecki beats him, but I mean, and I like Rosado too, but I mean, a fucking stiff fart, good fart will make that dude cut. So I mean, you know.
Yeah, I also have Selecki. I think he's a better boxer.
I've interviewed a lot of fighters, but Rosado's the one that fucking bums me. I didn't get to interview. Like, out of any fighter, I wish to interview was Rosado, man. He's a good fucking character. He's fought everyone. He's one of those guys that, you know, it doesn't matter if he's not been an elite, he's not been a world champion. Look at his resume. The guy's fought fucking everybody.
He's a definition of a journeyman. Oops.
He's a bit better than that, though, really, right? I mean, he's still like, if you put him in there against some solid top guys, he's going to give him a run for their money, or he's going to beat him. I thought he beat Martin Murray, but Martin Murray's not really anything worth shouting about. Yeah, he's a borderline. He's in between that journeyman and gatekeeper role.
Yeah, gatekeeper.
Established. Didn't Rosado fight? What's his name? Lemieux?
Jalen Love.
Oh, that was his last fight. He fought Luke Arias, didn't he? And a lot of people thought Rosado won that fight. I think.
No, Lemieux. I'm talking about. Didn't he fight Daniel Lemieux?
Yes.
Lemieux beat the shit out.
Yeah, that was a gory fucking fight. He gets cut open bad, man. He gets cut open. He starts like Bobby Jack every fight.
Golovkin was fucking covered in blood, and it wasn't his own blood. Rosado was bleeding all over the place.
Lemieux hits like a fucking tank too.
Nope. Gonzalo, thank you for that contribution.
Yeah, I didn't write a message.
Fucking
yeah,
hell,
don't
are you
worry.
rich, bro? $250? Are you fucking rich?
No, that's Filipino pesos, Cameron.
What's that equivalent to in the US money?
That's $5.
I was gonna say, bro, it's like $250, man. You're fucking sense of
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking drug lord.
Yeah, 51 pesos. Actually, it's for like 480 something. 51 pesos is $1 American.
All right. Well, thank you for your contribution, Gonzalo. In the chat, I put the phone number there. So if anybody wants to call us, 657-383-1147. The phone lines are open.
Place your bets. Place your bets.
No, I feel what Cameron, is talking about. Like, Deontay Wilder, all this conversation about he's not fighting this guy, he's not fighting that guy, it gets old. It's been old.
Yeah.
There's
only so much you can talk about.
Yeah. And he's not getting any more popular. People think by hyping him up that his name is, I mean, he did become a little bit more popular this year with the Ortiz fight and everything, but, in the Fury. But people think that they keep hyping him up, that he's just going to become like very, very popular and very known. I think it's the contrary. He's getting exposed for what he is. And now if people didn't believe he was ducking Wilder before, now I think there's you can just tell.
By the way, in the chat, Canelo is saying that Gonzalo thinks that he can donate himself out of a bet.
No.
See, Gonzalo loves this show so much that he doesn't want to risk having to be, be exiled because of a fucking bet.
Son says Gonzalo wants to buy a spot on the panel.
No, this is as far as I can stretch a Mikey Garcia. Giving him the 6 rounds. Do I believe he can win 6 rounds? Easily. I believe so. I believe so because Spence is a slow starter. He needs to figure you out before he starts hitting you consistently. Okay, so Mikey being the smaller guy, he can take a few rounds. Let's say he takes the first 3, then 3-4 rounds, and then he makes it to the 12th round. If he can make it, he can pick up 6 rounds in there. But I believe Spence will knock him down 1 time or 2, and also win 6 rounds. So that's as far as I can stretch the Mikey Garcia.
So Gonzalo, you think that Mikey can go 12 rounds, correct?
I don't know. No. He can.
I don't know.
Don't sit on the fence, man.
You said that, man.
Hand on your heart. If someone
No. I gave a prediction, and I'm sticking to that. I'm not saying that I'm not.
What was your prediction, man?
I said that Mikey Garcia loses a split decision. That
okay.
But this is what it is. This is Texas.
Is that you already set back?
I don't. Okay, but that's your prediction. Now, Canelo, what if Gonzalo wins? What are you gonna do?
Can I just say? I want to clarify something. What's he doing?
Go ahead.
In the chat says, I think he's referring to what I said about Martin Murray. He says Martin Murray's a good fighter. What the fuck? I'm not saying he was like a good fighter, but I thought he beat Stern. Like realistically, he should have been a world champion. I'm not saying he's later on in his career. He was dog shit to watch, right? But I think he's not a shit fighter, Murray. He was always kind of that solid middleweight. So I thought, I'm trying to fucking hype my boy Rosado up, bro. You know what I mean? That's all.
Hey, by the way,
what I'm saying, look, this Mikey Garcia has the potential of getting iced in the first few rounds. I do not discount that. That's a great chance that can happen because he hasn't fought in 147 pounds. Now, everybody's saying that this is going to happen. I have to go, I kind of have to think and give him the benefit of the doubt that there's a possibility that he can do that. I mean, if this were somebody that has no power, like a Lamont Peterson or somebody like for example, when he fought him, I would honestly tell you, no, it cannot happen. But there's a remote chance that it can happen because of Mikey's power. Not saying that his power is enough to knock him out, but enough to keep him honest in there. Where if he survives, okay, an example. You guys let's just get this out of the question. Let's say, for example, Mikey Garcia survives for sure. That he's strong enough and is able to move around and is crafty enough to make it to the 12 rounds. Do you guys think that Mikey Garcia can win 6 rounds? Honestly, if he does make it.
I don't know.
Let's say that Spence wins already. You think he can outbox him for a few rounds? I believe he can.
That's okay. Hold on. First of all, people are saying that
boxing skills.
Gonzalo, people are saying that your voice sounds shaky. So you're kind of like doubting yourself now. That's what people are saying in the chat.
I think Garcia will give it a go. I think Garcia will make it. If he's going to make a competitive, it'll be for about 2 rounds. The first 2 rounds.
Look, I have no doubt in my mind that Garcia can outbox Errol Spence. But the biggest question is here: can Mikey Garcia make it to the 12th round? That's the big thing. And even if he outboxes Spence, he's not going to win more than 6 rounds, because Errol Spence is going to do a good job too, and he can box as well, But at the most, I gave Mikey Garcia 6 rounds. That means Errol Spence at least wins 6 rounds, which is half of the fight, but also with his power, drops him at least 1 time, like he did Rocky Martinez did to Mikey Garcia.
I think if Adelaide Bird was scoring his fight, I think Garcia might get a scorecard in his favor. But
so the reason I'm saying that Mikey Garcia has a good chance of making it because of his heart. I can tell he got heart and he got confident in himself. It's not a matter where I believe in Mikey Garcia. It's whether Mikey Garcia believes in himself. And from the way I've been seeing, like his demeanor and his, his unwavering confidence, it just tells me, if this guy's in there to win it, but if he's not in there to win it, he's probably in there to survive and give a good account of himself. Now, am I willing to put it all on the line and say he definitely makes it to the 12th round? Well, no, but I honestly believe there's a remote chance. Now, if he had no power and it was all based on, Mikey Garcia is a good boxer, but doesn't have no power at all to at least keep him honest, no, Errol Spence is going to walk him down and knock him out, But, if
so, wait, hold on. Okay, Gonzalo, I have to cut you off here. Okay, what made you believe that Mikey Garcia will go 12 rounds? Because that was your prediction. That he goes.
No, it still is.
Okay, it still is. So just explain to us why you believe he will go 12 rounds.
I believe that Mikey, because Errol Spence, his feet are not so fast.
Okay.
He will walk you down, but for example, when he fought, what's this guy's name? Lamont Peterson. Lamont Peterson went in there and traded with this guy.
Yep.
He brought the fight to him, and that was the wrong game plan. And he wins 7 rounds. But you got to also think that he wins 7 rounds. But Lamont Peterson don't punch like Mikey Garcia. Garcia punches significantly harder. Might not be as big as him, but Mikey Garcia got pop. In that little frame, he got some pop to keep Errol Spence honest. But also, what I'm saying is, Mikey Garcia, if he's smart, he's not gonna go in there and trade blow for blow with the much bigger guy like Lamont Peterson did. So, if Lamont Peterson quit in the stool in 7 rounds, well, maybe Mikey Garcia can box and be smart and make it to the 12th round. That's a stretch, but I'm willing to say that, I give him the chance.
I really do think that Garcia that Spence is going to play mashed potato with Garcia's face. I honestly do think that. I think he's going to be playing mashed potato with his face. I think his nose is going to be where his left eye is. I think his left ear will probably be where his neck is. There's going to be some serious issues in that ring. I can't see it be competitive.
Yeah, I watched Nordic Warriors prediction on it this morning, bro, and this is what I think is going to happen. And somebody else brought this up a few shows ago, and Cam, you brought it up earlier too. I think it's going to look a lot like Kell Brook and Triple G. I think it's going to be back and forth for a couple of rounds, but eventually Spence's size is going to weigh him down, because I really don't think Spence is much more skilled than Mikey, if at all. But I think eventually his size and power is going to take over, and then he's going to get him out of there late. That's what I think is going to happen.
I think Garcia, he will have success. I'm not going to say it's complete. I think it's a mismatch. In other words, I don't really see Garcia winning, but I think for the first few rounds, I think Garcia will have moments where, he does land a few shots and, we think, oh, okay, he's going to give it a go. But I think once Spence establishes, center of the ring and he really starts getting his shots off, I think there'll be a point where Garcia is really taking too many big shots. I think Robert Garcia will throw the towel in and be like, look, fight another day. There's no point taking more of this.
Yeah, Bucho, do you got the predictions sitting right there in front of you? What did I say? 9th round stoppage or something like that?
No, I don't have them. BDA has them. He wrote them down.
I think I said 9th or 10th. Yeah.
Everybody loves the story where, the smaller guy goes in there against the bigger guy. This is what it's about. Boxing is a sport. It gets passionate. It has a lot of things to it. I'm just saying that if that's what I predict, I'm kind of keeping the fight exciting. And I'm looking forward to it. And do I believe that can happen? Yeah, it can happen.
But is it likely? Is it likely?
Is it likely? Yeah, it's likely.
Okay, there you go. Okay, that's what we want to hear. Because it seems like you make a prediction, but then you want to move away from the just say it. You know what I mean? Just say this is my prediction.
If I made a prediction, I got to stick to it.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Somebody in the chat.
Bucho,
I picked Garcia.
Bucho, I got a question. Why you and Apology believe that it will be a draw?
A draw. Okay. Because I believe like you that Mike is gonna survive. I think he's gonna. I mean, he's gonna take a lot of punishment. I think he's gonna lose the fight, but on the scorecards, I don't know. I don't know what the PBC has something planned here. You know, like maybe a rematch, or maybe by having it being a draw, it allows both fighters to not take a loss, obviously, and then Mikey Garcia can be resold to maybe fight like a Pacquiao or something, and Spence can fight Thurman or something. So, yeah.
They might pull some shiesty shit, Pucho. You might not be too wrong.
As far as that goes, as far as them doing that, yeah. But as far as inside the ring with only him and Spencer, how do you believe he makes it wrong?
Yeah, okay. So I think that Spence is gonna be too much, and he's gonna bust up Mikey Garcia. I do still believe that Mikey will survive though, but he's gonna be really busted up. Like he's gonna lose. He's gonna lose.
Because he doesn't have great power, but he's got good power. Okay?
Listen, he has to stick with straight punches, man, down the middle. That and then time fucking Spence coming in and who knows, man? Maybe he will have like just enough power to make Spence respect him. I don't know, man. If he does, then he might survive 12 rounds.
6 rounds. I think it goes past 6 rounds.
After 6 is gonna get after 6 rounds is gonna get tough, man.
You think Chris Algieri hits harder than Mikey Garcia?
Fuck no.
Okay, do you think Lamont Peterson hits harder than Mikey Garcia?
No.
How about Ocampo, a journeyman? I never fought a local fighter from Tijuana.
Who was that clown who picked Ocampo to beat Spence?
Yeah, it was.
Who was that clown?
He was a dude, remember? That fucking psycho.
God, that's one of the worst predictions I've ever seen, man.
Guys, I was going to ask you. I mean, obviously power is power, but then there's people who differentiate between certain types of power. You have like Todd's type of power, and then you have like wiry power from these long, rangy fighters. And then they always say that sometimes the punch that hurts the most is a punch that you don't see coming. So if Mikey is able to time Spence, and Spence doesn't really see that punch coming, then that might be just enough of a deterrence. You know what I mean? So I don't know. What did you guys think about what kind of because somebody asked, I think Gonzalo asked who had more power, whether it was Peterson or Mikey. But is it the same type of power? Do they have the same delivery of the power? That timing?
Again, it's impossible to tell what Garcia's power is like at 147 because he's never fought it away. And he's fighting the biggest welterweight out there. Like, it's hard to tell how his power is going to fare at this fight.
Lamont Peterson, look, he's rangy. He's rangy, and he's somewhat fast, but he's not heavy-handed. So he can hit you with speed, and with leverage, but he's not heavy-handed, obviously, and that's why he don't hit as hard.
Sorry, Gonzalo. Go ahead, buddy.
And Mikey Garcia, he's short, compact, and he's got solid power for a lightweight,
Okay. Now let me ask. I'm sorry, official. 1 second. Do you think Mikey hits harder than Kell Brook?
Kell Brook. Now there you have good power. Kell Brook, because he's strong, he's fast. But what I see with Kell Brook, when you punch in combinations, you don't commit to a punch where you sit down on it. Because you throw the hand and then you're getting ready to throw again. But with Mikey Garcia, he throws his punch, he punches through, and then he comes right behind it with his right cross. And he's already got his plan to where he's gonna throw, spear you with that jab and come right behind it with the cross and sit down on the punch. He's already committed to throwing 2 punches. When you're at Kell Brook, you go in there and you're looking for your spots, and then you're throwing a punch, and then you're releasing a combination and getting ready to do that over again. And Kell Brook could punch harder and does punch harder than Mikey Garcia, but his intentions is to box you and hit you with hard combinations, but he's not sitting down down on the punches like Mikey Garcia does.
By the way, before we continue, we have an hour and 20 minutes for the phone lines to be open, so we have 75 people listening right now.
Someone who's picking Mikey Garcia, please call in. Please.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good thing. Guys, call in. if you think that Mikey's gonna. Oh, actually, just call in. But we would like to hear from people who believe that Mikey has a chance in this fight. By
Anyone
the way,
below, please.
Yeah, where's low place, huh? By the way, we have Jimmy on the line. Jimmy, what's up?
What's going on, Jimmy?
What's going on, guys? How are you doing? How you doing, Cam?
What's going on?
What's
How you
happening?
doing, buddy?
Did you see the weigh-in?
No, why? What's going on? I just got in. I just saw that you were doing a show. So what happened at the weigh-in?
Nothing special. Mikey didn't look anything special. I mean, I was expecting Mikey to look all muscular and ripped up. He looks the same, man. He doesn't look special, so I don't know what's going to happen.
What about Garcia? Was he? Did he look drawn?
No, he looked ripped.
Yeah.
But his face, he didn't look drawn. He didn't look lethargic.
You
talking about Garcia, Jimmy?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Spence.
Oh, Spence, yes. No, he looked ripped as usual.
He looked all right. He wasn't like being helped moving around. He didn't look like real lethargic.
No, man, I thought he looked pretty decent, to be fair.
46 and a quarter, too. 46 and a quarter. So he trained right. He came in on, all right. Mikey came in at 145 even. I keep seeing, like, everybody from Steve Kim to fucking all these major writers, they're all pulling, they're all this week changing and going with Garcia, a lot of the West Coast people. I'm trying to get a hold of people to find out what's got everybody going that route.
I seen that too, Jimmy. Yeah.
Is it just a lack of respect for Spence's ability? I mean, I know, listen, for a 1-2 punch, your hands up, all that other stuff, American, born fighter, Garcia is one of the best technical, you know what I mean, fighters. He's not usually off balance, doesn't waste a lot of punches. But I don't know, man. Is that enough to overcome somebody who hits as hard as Spence? There's no doubt about it. If it goes 12, I can't see how Spence will win because if he doesn't take him out, again, I just don't know how the fuck this doesn't make looks. If I was Spence, I would have never taken this fight. You don't knock him out. As far as I'm concerned, if Spence doesn't stop him, it's a loss. He can fucking win. He can have his hands raised, but if his face is lumped up at the end of this, and you actually have to go to the scorecards to figure out who won, it's a fucking loss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You come up 2 fucking weight and against somebody, true, great skills, but fucking who's Garcia ever fought? The best fighter he's ever fought is probably what? Fucking
Salido.
Yeah. Lipinets.
No.
A Lipinets, a Spent, fucking the other brother who just beat. You know what I mean? Yeah, and then this. Yeah, exactly. He's never really fucking beat anybody of note. He's never been in a war. He's definitely never been in any with anybody who can crack as hard as him. I've never seen him come back to have to take, plenty. And again, listen, everybody's different, and you can get buzzed a little sparring.
Oh. I think we lost everyone. All right, hang in there. Reconnecting. I think I lost. Oh, I'm back.
So, yeah, also, we keep forgetting, and it sounds like I'm switching sides. No, but I understand, who Spence is. The body work that he puts in. Mikey's going to have to come up with a plan for that.
Mike, yeah, I mean, look, I obviously, before Jimmy came on, I don't reckon this fight goes past 6 rounds myself. I really don't. I think Spence really will do enough damage early on. I think Garcia will throw the towel in pretty early. I think once it starts thinking, okay, this fight's only going one way, the towel will come straight in.
Yeah, the corner's going to do that. That's already prerequisite. They've already probably talked about it. Listen, if I give you a sign, because he's not going to want to quit himself. He's going to make it look like, you know what I mean?
I wanted to carry on. My brother.
Yeah, it'll be his brother, exactly. I wanted to fight, but my brother, he's looking out for me.
So what's your prediction, Jimmy?
Garcia won't go out on his shield, but Garcia will throw a towel in, so it doesn't too bad on him.
Hey, Jimmy, what's your prediction?
Sorry, I got interrupted there.
No, I just want to know Jimmy's prediction.
I would have liked to personally see what they look like today on the scales. I usually wait in a fight like this. I'm not going to step off my original thing. I still think that Spence will be too busy, but I'll admit it does give me pause to think that a lot of people who I respect their opinion, and they're not usually wrong when they're so adamant about it too. But I mean, there's so many people just straight up thinking, "Oh yeah, no, Spence is going to lose," and they know it. Garcia knows it. That's what I think. But I'm still going with Spence. I just think he's going to be too much. And if he doesn't win, then he's not the fighter I thought he was. Put it that way. Then I gave him way too much credit. If he doesn't knock him out, if he just wins by decision, if fucking Garcia is still standing at the end of that fight, either if he wasn't stopped, he's not the fighter I thought he was.
Yeah, you know what I'm hearing from a lot of some fans is they're giving a lot of credit to Mikey Garcia just because they know that they want Spence to have some credit given in this fight. So that's what you know what I mean? They're actually hyping up Mikey that actually he has a chance to win this fight, just so that Spence looks like a fucking great fighter.
I wouldn't doubt that. I could see that happening. Yeah, put him up, but I'll tell you right now, I don't know. I mean, it's another American-born fighter, but it's just, jeez, I don't know, man. I'll tell you, Americans. I don't know what the PBC's what they're going to do after this.
Yeah,
I'm glad to see Porter talked out about Crawford. That was good of him, saying, Crawford's the forgotten man in all this.
Yeah.
So that didn't go over good with what's that?
Yeah, Jimmy. Sorry, guys. Jimmy, Kell Brook. At the time he fought Spence, okay, we keep talking about how he was dehydrated. He came down from 160 when he fought Triple G back down to 147, the lowest weight because he's actually 154 pounder. Kell Brook, and he had a shattered orbital bone. Okay, but in reality, Kell Brook fought a good fight that night, and if it weren't for his face busting up, he wouldn't have turned around and took a knee. He would have made it to the 12th round. Put that. Oh, sorry. He would have made it to the 12th round, and he would have probably got a draw, lost a close fight, or could have won that because at the time he was winning, but he was losing the momentum because of his eye. But if you look at that fight, Kell Brook was really winning that fight.
This fucking troll in the chat, this all boxing dude, he says, well, Mikey called fucking Spence out. So if fucking Leo Santa Cruz calls Crawford out, that's okay for them two to fight? You fucking
Yeah.
Troll in the chat.
He's a LDBC fanboy. I see him in all the LDBC channels. I do my research. Recognize. What's up, man?
What's going on, bro?
What up? Did you see the Wayne?
Yeah.
And?
Mikey looks fat.
No.
That's what we all said.
Mikey looked like Duran, kind of
remind me of whoever just said that.
Are we talking about Duran, who's 60 years old, right? Like,
yeah,
fucking 70 years old.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm hearing a lot of people giving Mikey a chance, and Albucho, I was hearing you.
Yeah, they're retarded.
I was hearing some of your comments about why you think that is, and I totally agree with you. I think the only reason why they're giving Mikey, look, I'm not saying that Mikey's it's not a bad fight. Is a bad fighter. He's a good fighter. But there's nothing great about him. He hasn't done anything great. So if Spence loses to a guy who hasn't done anything great, Spence is a loser. That's it, basically. So if they happen to go 12 rounds and it was one of those, I don't know who won, Spence is just not as good as people are trying to make him out to be. And, I think that's what it is, man.
Hey, can I say something real fast? And like I say, I'm gonna be out of town tomorrow because it's my fucking grandma's 90th birthday and shit, bro. So if some crazy shit happens, because I ain't gonna be able to watch the fight, if some crazy shit happens, one of y'all leave me a comment on one of my videos or some shit. Like if somebody gets robbed or some shit or some goofy fucking stoppage happens or some shit like that, one of y'all let me know.
You got internet on your cell phone if you go to when you go to your grandma's anniversary?
Yeah, probably, but I might be in the fucking basement cooking fettuccine and shit. So we'll see. Yeah.
On the conversation, thank you for your contribution.
Hey, Johnny, did you take care of that thing? That thing over there, and you know what I'm talking about, right?
Bro, hey, real quickly, dog. I don't know who whacked that fucking mob boss over there, bro. But I hope them dudes had permission to do that. Otherwise, them dudes are fucking history. Yeah.
By the way,
what was it? Two of me in a chat in this fucking hangout, man. I got kicked out.
I kicked you out, Cameron. No, I didn't. By the way, Undercover Asian, thank you for your contribution. Undercover Asian is saying that Mikey versus Triple G in June. Also, Mr. BDA is saying to Owl Boxing to call in. Al, the number's right there on the screen. It's 657-383-1147. So
he won't call in.
Yeah, the number is also in the description. I mean, the number is right there. You can see it, and in the description as well. So come on, just call in and let us know what's going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking trolls in this chat, right? Now there's a number for you to call in and get your thoughts out there in person to the panel.
Yeah, it shouldn't take you that long to read the phone number. It's not a DAZN contract or nothing like that.
A PBC contract?
Yeah.
Hey, Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy's not there.
Yeah, BDA just said it best. It's in the screen in the red.
Yeah, it's
fucking right there, mate. You know what I mean?
It's right. I'll fucking be like there you go.
Can't miss it.
It's right fucking there, man.
Is that Cameron? Is that who is
Here
that?
we go. I was waiting for this. Go on.
Who is that?
Who's what?
Who's the guy and the girl?
The guy, that's me, mate. You're off your fucking nut, mate. Look, it's definitely not you recognise because that guy's got fucking full head of hair. Oh, my hairline's still good, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you forget that Recognize used to have like that long Antonio Banderas hair, remember?
That Cuban sort of fucking long hair, you know what I mean? Oh no, he's fucking Puerto Rican, isn't he? Not fucking Cuban, my bad.
Yeah, they're all the same. Jimmy. Jimmy.
All the same.
Where the fuck is Jimmy? I wanna hear what Jimmy has to say about Deontay Wilder. Apparently, well, he will decline the zone offer, but Jimmy's not there right now. Oh, you're breaking up. Recognize.
Breaking up just like his fucking hair follicles in his fucking skull.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Hey, Bucho.
What was the offer? What was the offer?
$100 million for 3 fights. That includes the Dominic Brazil fight.
Wow.
Yeah, I was asking Jimmy. Jimmy, did you hear about Deontay Wilder and all this fucking soap opera that's going on?
I just been checking out.
Big Cameron is losing his fucking hair.
Let's see.
Yo, Cameron's trying to shave it off, bro.
Are you?
I'm losing. The fuck you on about, man? Look, there's only one person who losing hair, and that's shocking you, mate. You know what I mean?
Oh,
okay, listen, man. Go get that.
It's time to cut it bald like me, brother.
Hold on, guys. Guys, hold on.
I wasn't bad, though.
I told you what's going to happen to Price. I told you he's going to be sleeping. I told you the ambulance is going to come. The oxygen mask is going to come out. I told you he's going to miss the main event. I told you all them things were going to happen.
What's up, Stu?
What's happening, boys?
Where have you been, man?
I've been working boys. I've been working away, and just not had the time to come on. And like I said, my love for boxing is dying a little bit.
It's dying like Cameron's hairline.
My hair, he's still got some hairline still there. You know what I mean?
Cameron's got that Ted Bundy look before he's about to slaughter a female.
Yeah. Josh, I was waiting for you to fucking come. As soon as that intro was played, I thought, here we go.
That's the smile Ted Bundy gave his victim before he killed her.
Yeah, I ain't got that for you.
What's up, Stu?
Yeah, what are you saying, boys? Yeah,
what's going on, buddy? How are you?
Yeah, big night tomorrow. We're gonna see what Errol Spence is all about, because if he struggles against Mikey Garcia, not even if he loses, if he struggles, then there's going to be a lot of questions asked about him. So I'm looking forward to this fight, because Mikey's no bum. I know he's a smaller guy, but he's not going to go in there and roll over and fall over like a lot of his other opponents. He's going to come to fight. And it's whether he can take Errol's punishment, because that's one thing Errol's going to do. He's going to pile it onto Mikey, and he's going to be landing shots. It's whether Mikey holds them shots or not. You know, it's a lot of weight to give.
All right, guys. Sorry to cut you off. We got a phone call, so we're gonna take it. See who the fuck this is. Yo, you're on the air.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit louder? Because it's kind of hard to hear you.
Hello, you hear me?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. First of all, I gotta say something about the guy who made the comment about Santa Cruz going up to fight Crawford. First of all, Santa Cruz is damn near 4 weight classes below Crawford.
I was exaggerating. You know what the fuck I meant, dog.
Who is this caller first? We need to find out who this caller is.
But it's not you exaggerating, but you exaggerate about something that's real. I said Mikey Garcia called out Spence. That's only 2 weight classes up. Won't you make it
okay.
Like
so Jared Hurd could call out Jared Hurd could call out Maurice Hooker, and that's a good fight then, right, bro? That's 2 weight classes for you.
Jared Hurd could call out Maurice Hooker.
Yeah, do the math before you want to argue with me, son.
Are you telling? Hey, Butcher, are you telling me you interrupted my point? I've not spoken for 2 weeks.
Sorry.
I've not spoken
No, but
2 weeks. Man.
So sorry.
How rude is that, fucker, man?
It's 2.
And to hear that as well, the guy didn't really say much. I can understand if he came with something.
You're not making it fair. You're not making it fair, though. Mikey Garcia calling out Crawford is only 2 weight classes. That's like
what did I just say?
Rigo called out Loma.
What did I just say? What the fuck did I just say, dog?
You made a very dumbass example.
Okay, here, you want another one? You want another one?
That's like
so Triple G can call out Danny Garcia then, or Danny Garcia can call out Triple G, and that's a legit fight. Don't man, get the fuck out of here. But yeah.
Didn't Kell Brook call him out, and Kell Brook gave him a nice little fight until I got fucked up. Right or wrong?
That was replacements with Eubanks Jr.
And Danny
son.
Garcia is more accomplished than Kell Brook.
I'm trying to work out.
Man, get out of here, man. This dude. This is
one at a time.
What is the point of this? What's the point of this fucking conversation, man?
I don't know. Okay, hold on. What's your point?
Mikey Garcia is a decent opponent. That's what it's about.
Yeah, he's a decent opponent for a guy his size.
Eddie said there's too many of them around.
He's a decent opponent for a guy his size.
And the fact that he called out Spence when nobody else wanted to fight him at the PBC.
Oh, please, man. Terence Crawford said, "What's up?" Right to his face. Terence Crawford told him, "What's up?"
One at a time. Recognize.
Bro, you're gonna get butt slammed in this argument, just like your boy Deontay Wilder.
Why can't Crawford go to the PBC and fight? Why can't Crawford fight on Showtime?
Man, but he could.
Where is this conversation even going?
All right, hold on, guys. We can't all scream at the same time. All right.
I can name multiple fighters from Showtime that went to top ranking for it. But
hey, Bucho, I got a question for the caller, and I'm trying to be reasonable because I don't want him to feel uncomfortable. But I'm gonna ask him, what's your prediction, man, for the fight for Mikey Garcia and Errol Spence?
And Spence
yeah,
knock him out in the first 2 rounds. He's gonna make it look.
That Spence knock him out in the first 2 rounds?
2 rounds.
Right. Either the first 2 rounds, Mikey Garcia gonna be out of there, or his team gonna throw in the towel because he's gonna be taking too much of a beating.
Hey, you said the first 2 rounds? They might. I mean, he's a little dude.
First 2 rounds.
Yeah.
He's a little man. He's a little man.
The first 6 rounds.
So why didn't Lomachenko get Rigo out in the first 2 rounds? He's a little dude.
Well, now I got a question for the caller.
He made him quit.
Crazy, yo.
So Algieri went how many rounds with
hold on.
with Errol Spence?
There's only 8 pounds difference between Loma and breaking down, man. Fuck.
Yo, listen, man. Did you what you need to do is put that picture up, Bucho, of them at the press conference announcing that fight to show this dude that you get no props for beating up little people.
Okay, so Lomo don't get props for beating up Rigo, right?
Nah, he did.
No, he doesn't.
He handled that bum. He handled that bum Rigo the way he was supposed to be.
We all knew Lomachenko.
And by the way,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But what if
he handled that? He handled that chump. Listen, he handled that chump, man, like the way you handle a chump, a little chump when he comes step to you. That's how you do it. You make
it's a bum.
Where is this conversation even going?
No. But this is a situation. This is a situation. This is what I see the narrative going.
What you saying though? You said Rigo's a bum, right? Rigo's a bum, right? And how long did it take Lomachenko to stop a smaller bum?
Man, you probably the one thinking Rigo was going to win the fight.
Yeah, that's the thing,
right?
man.
Fuck out of here, man.
No, but I just want to see where the narrative's going. Look,
wait. Gonzalo, let me say something. Real quick, all right? All right, listen. This is how it goes, right? He's a little dude. You Spence fanboys were talking mad shit about Triple G breaking Kell Brook's face. Y'all gave him no props. I'm saying live to your standards.
How long did it take for him to break his face?
Listen, he broke his face in five rounds. The fight was done. The fight was done. Listen to me. Listen, let me say my part real quick, and then you can say yours. You guys now have a bigger mismatch in size, okay? Because Mikey Garcia is like 4 or 5 inches shorter.
We're not talking about the LDBC. We're not talking about
He's not done talking, bro.
Yeah, come on, man.
Talking.
I don't care about the LDBC. I don't care about none of that stuff. What I'm saying is this.
Mate, two people talking at the same time.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, but I'm trying to finish my point. This dude keeps talking, man. I was just gonna say, what does he have to offer that? What is he saying? That he's predicting that Spence is gonna knock him out in 2 rounds. Therefore, it's a better win, Mikey Garcia, than what Triple G did to Kell Brook. Is that what he's saying?
This calling.
That's what I'm wondering.
That's
what I'm wondering.
That's dumb.
I don't agree with that narrative.
That's a dumb narrative, bro. That's all that is.
The narrative is this: when the visceral hatred of Triple G is based in bigotry, they can't give you a good explanation. So they have to yell you over you and come up with fucking vacuous, empty-headed comparisons when it comes down to this. They hated Triple G because he was fucking perceived white, and they were never going to give him credit. And now that there's a bunch of duplicities and a bunch of things happening, the same things that they cut Triple G's balls off, it's fucking blah, blah, blah. It's bullshit.
Now it's happening to Spence.
Hey, homie.
This is what it is.
But you know, it's obvious.
Right, hold on.
Triple G got 2 good fights on his record.
Hey, homie.
Now we're talking about Triple G, man.
Yeah, where is this going, man?
Yeah.
And Spence has 0. Spence has 0.
Hey, homie. Your daddy, 78, said Rigo was going to break Lomachenko's jaw. How the fuck did that work out for you?
Your dad.
No.
Listen.
This is where it's getting twisted. Can I say something real quick? Look, this is where it's getting twisted. What's the caller's name?
I don't know. LDBC guy.
Okay, look.
It's outboxing. It's outboxing. It's outboxing.
This is for the caller. Look, this is for the caller. Look, this is where it's getting twisted. Okay, you're giving credit to Mikey Garcia that he's an accomplished fighter, but then I ask you, this is where I wanted to start off. What's your prediction? Now, I give you props if you believe Errol Spence will win, but this is where it gets twisted. You say he knocks him down in 2 rounds, and he couldn't stop, he couldn't stop Lamont Peterson. He quit on his stool, and you saying that he knocks him out in 2 rounds. Okay, so if that happens, I agree that okay, Spence is a monster that you're claiming. That's what I think you want everybody to believe. You're giving him credit, but then he's saying he gets whitewashed in 2 rounds. So you're saying it's a competitive fight, but then your fighter is so great that he kicks his ass in 2 rounds, so he's the greatest thing ever. And then you talk shit about Triple G and compare who has he fought, because you're trying to promote Errol Spence as the next monster. No, what I'm saying, that Mikey Garcia is a good fighter, and I agree with you on that. And I still believe that Errol Spence will win, but he's not going to knock him out in 2 rounds. And this is where I can tell that you're being a Spence fanboy.
Gonzalo, he's basically saying that Mikey Garcia is not a good fighter.
Come on, man. He's a smaller guy, but come on, man. He's a smaller guy, but he's a 4th division world champion, undefeated. And you're thinking he's going to get knocked out in 2 rounds? Come on, man.
The passion in your voice, Gonzalo.
Yo,
I believe that Spence is a better fighter. all around.
I'm fucking. I mean, what a load of dribble anyway.
All right.
It is, man. It's going
Well,
over, isn't it?
Well, yeah,
Look,
what is
I'm
this?
reaching.
What
I'm
have I
reaching. I'm
come
going.
back to now?
All right, hold on.
2 rounds.
I mean, what's happened to the BDA show? Have the fucking Democrats took over the BDA because it's gone to shit? What's happening here, man?
The calling show's kicked off, man. That's what's happening.
Is it? No, listen.
Democrats.
All right, guys.
Fucking stupid.
All right,
man.
Well,
but you know, I want to get some clarification from the caller. So the caller
Stu still hasn't said a word.
The caller's saying that Mikey's a great fighter, but he's picking Spence to knock him out in 2 rounds.
Coach made an excuse not to fight Charlotte.
Can't hear a word he's saying because recognise he's got the building song.
yeah, I recognize it's a background noise. All right.
Yo, if Spence was that great, he'd be fighting Canelo or Triple G.
All right, hold on, guys. Hold on, please.
Canelo and Triple G don't want to fight him.
Okay. All right, guys.
All right. Come on now. Come on now.
All right.
So well.
The man don't even want to fight.
I mean, what would base you to say that? What would make somebody say that? What kind of ignorant shit is that? That's just like, I don't like certain fighters, but I'm not going to denigrate them in some ignorance.
All right, guys.
That's just bullshit.
Let's calm down. We have another caller, so. All right, hold on. I'll boxing. I'm gonna put you on the mute for now, and I'm gonna take another call. If you wanna drop off and call after, that's fine. But I'm gonna take another call. So.
I've lost
All right.
I was born with
Al boxing.
All right, I'm gonna take another call here. So here we go.
Your PBC boxing.
Yo, what's up? You're on the air.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? How y'all doing, man?
What's going on, man?
What's your name, or how do we call you? Well, what do we call you?
It doesn't matter. Well,
All
we
right.
on the channel or whatever. I think it was like Malcolm X or something like that. But now the channel already has a preconceived notion of how I might be thinking. But look, man, I want to say it's freaking annoying when we talk about boxing. It's somehow race has to slip in. Like, I hate when people take sides just because of race.
Fucking Darth Vader on the panel now.
Because we gotta support the black fighter. Like hell no, like support the better fighter. Whoever's the better fighter, that's push them. Get race.
God bless you, bro. Good for you.
I think what was that?
No, I said good for you, dude. That's exactly where it should be. You go with talent. It's the fucking whole bullshit of the politics is getting dragged into this, and it sucks. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Who is the better fighter? That's what we go for. And so it's asinine to say something like Mikey Garcia. We're not talking about no freaking bum tax cab driver laundromat worker who's gonna get knocked out in 2 rounds. We're talking about Mikey Garcia. If you're not a fan, if you're not a casual, if you're not someone who just tunes in for pay-per-view fights just to watch the big fights, you don't study boxing, you don't study the science behind it, you don't know why they call it the sweet science. Of course you're gonna think that Mikey Garcia is gonna get knocked out in 2 rounds. You're stupid. That's dumb. He's intelligent.
Yeah.
You have to look.
Good for you, brother. Good for you. Good caller.
You know that's crazy. I'm not gonna waste any time talking about Mike Garcia getting knocked out in 2 rounds.
The thing is, though, bro, it's boxing. That could happen, though, bro.
Getting tagged a lot more often.
Sorry, bro, for interrupting, but that can happen. You know, when you say it's ridiculous, is he hearing me?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think the callers can hear us, man.
Yeah, they can. You've been debating them.
Well, I just want to say, anything can happen in boxing. You know, to say it's ridiculous that Errol Spence could catch Mikey in 2, it's not, because we've seen the stranger things happen in the boxing ring. But Mikey Garcia, I think he's skilled enough and seasoned enough to stay away from Mikey for at least 4 or 5 rounds. Errol, sorry, for 4 or 5 rounds before probably the size and the power will catch up on him. But
I think that's what he was saying. Yeah, I think that's what he was saying. I think he was saying it's ridiculous that people aren't, like, you'd have to be ridiculous not to at least give Garcia the credit he is due.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. To say that he's going to get knocked out in 2 because he's useless is a different kind of fish. To say he could get caught early, I agree with that. But
anybody,
like I said,
anybody can get knocked out.
Mikey's the one that's called for this fight, so he's the one that's sort of calling for his own death, sort of thing. It's like asking for your own death. He's the one that wanted the fight, so it's like when Golovkin fought Kell Brook. He got a lot of stick for it, but Kell Brook was the one that stepped in and called him out. Eubank couldn't find his pen. Golovkin was stuck with no fight, so Kell Brook stepped up. No one asked Kell Brook to get in a ring and take an ass whooping. This is what I mean. You know, it takes two people to sign a contract and get in a boxing ring. So Mikey's took the fight. So we have to, you know, if Mikey goes in there and gets battered, then we can't be giving excuses. We have to say, good win for Errol Spence, move on. Obviously, he's got to fight someone his own size next time. But, you know, Mikey's the one that stepped up. He's the one claiming he can win this fight. He's the better fighter, more skilled. He's unbeaten. This is no bum off the street. This is a guy that's 38-0. So,
yeah,
you know.
Well,
exactly. They're not exactly. We have to look at what we can rely on Mikey Garcia for. Yes, he's smaller. So what? We're talking about so many other fighters who are smaller and they still beat the bigger fighter. Pacquiao, Margarito, or whatever. And we can say that Margarito's not Errol Spence. Okay, yeah, that's right. But still, we see so many situations and experiences where the smaller fighter beats the bigger fighter. So Mike Garcia, better timing, better footwork. He has speed. So we got to rely on that. We can't ignore all of that and just be like, well, he's a smaller fighter, so he should get thrashed and just demolished in 2 rounds or 3 rounds or whatever. He's going to get obliterated. No, like you gotta play the science behind both of those parts. Errol Spence, bigger, stronger. Body puncher, goes to the body, can break you down as the fight goes on. The more it goes on, the harder it's going to be for you. Mike Garcia, he's smaller, yes, quicker, better technical fighter in the game, much longer, more experienced. You got to play all those sciences together and see how it's going to play out. You can't just try smaller, so he's going to get whooped, beat up. You know.
Yeah,
and the gentleman on the panel, I forget his name. Somebody tell him it's the zone, not Dan.
Oh, it's Gonzalo.
Before the end.
No, hey man.
Okay.
To the caller, bro. I was just gonna say that's what I said. I said it'll be competitive for a few rounds. I did pick Spence to win, but I ain't never said it was gonna be no blowout or nothing like that, man.
You know, to the first caller that said that he thinks Mikey Garcia will get stopped in 2 rounds. I kind of agree with him. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. It could happen. This is what happens with if that was to play out. Let's say if he knocks him out in 2 rounds, right? That's what could happen when you fight a guy that size. Okay, when you're fighting a dude much bigger than you. And that's my point. My point is this. Look, it's not to shit on Mikey Garcia. I think he's a very good fighter at his natural weight class. Now, Errol Spence, if he's as good as I think he is, which is, I definitely don't overrate him. I just judge him by what I've seen so far, and it's pretty good against guys his size, right? At the B level, C level type fighters. Okay, and he's pretty much handled them pretty easy. I don't think Mikey Garcia can go up in weight and handle all that. I don't think he can handle all that. My only point is this. The very people that gave Errol Spence props for taking this fight are a lot of them, I'm not saying the caller, a lot of them shitted on Triple G for breaking Kell Brook's face, who, when you look at the two, they were practically almost the same size in height. One was a little bigger, Triple G, but Kell Brook gained the weight pretty easily, no problem. All right, took the fight, was a champion, undefeated, and got his face broken. Okay, so if you didn't give Triple G props, it would be hypocritical of you to say I'm going to give Mikey Garcia props, who's way smaller.
Yeah,
not just a little bit smaller, much smaller. That's my point.
Yeah, I agree with that. That was making sense when people were doing
that.
Hey,
man, same thing with Lomachenko and Rigondeaux.
You guys fight in Porter?
What's that?
Do you think PBC was in bed with the judges with that you guys fight in Porter? You guys clearly won the fight. That's what I think.
I thought it was close, man.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I thought Porter won the fight. I thought it was a close fight, but I thought Porter won it.
Paul was landing the cleaner shots for me. He was doing a lot of damage when he was landing. The Porter fought different to usually. He sort of fought on the back foot a little bit, like he did with Diaz, and I think it probably cost him. I think Porter should stick to what he does best, just charging you and then swarming you on the inside. I think when he tries to set the back foot and box a little bit, I think he doesn't look as dangerous, shall we say? So I think it was a very close fight. Either way, it wouldn't have bothered me.
Yeah. I know this is something you guys might hate me for. You guys might not like it. You're gonna disagree, but it seems like I don't know. That's why I'd rather ask instead of just say it, instead of making this blanket statement over all you guys. So I'd rather hear you guys, your response, instead of just make a judgment on it. So it seems to me like on the outside, I don't know yet, but it's like you guys aren't really too much of big fans of Thurman. I'm a big fan of Thurman, only because he's skilled. I like how he fights. He fights very great. I think he's a better fighter than Porter. He's a better fighter than Garcia. I think Thurman has a better resume than the top welterweight fighters right now. So I'm trying to figure out, why does everybody shit on Thurman so much? Why does everybody not like Thurman? Like, what's going on? The guy proved himself so many times, fight after fight after fight, proved himself, getting these wins. Why is everybody happy with Thurman? That's kind of my
Go ahead, Cameron.
I'll tell you what it is, because I've always been a big Thurman fan, like I always have for a long time. I think the issue is with Thurman, no one disregards him as a fighter. I think because he's been so inactive, he's kind of been talking about. I don't think he comes across to me anyway. He doesn't come across as hungry as he used to be. I know it's because once you reach the top, people are coming for you, and when you're coming up on the rise like he was calling everyone out. But to me, it just seems like he's not entirely 100% kind of dedicated to boxing anymore. I know he came back after injury, but he's out for 2 years. He didn't look great against Lopez. I just kind of think the last few years, what's happened the last few years, I think people kind of lost kind of investment in Thurman's career, and so they should, because he's really done nothing over the last years. But I've always been a fan of him.
He put himself on the shelf for 2 years. That's insane. At his prime, 28 years old, he shelved himself. That's insane.
It just reminds me of a 1970s John Lennon. You know what I mean? Just he's a hippie and fucking looks like the wife's wearing the trousers. I don't know if the heart for boxing's in it no more. Like I said in the last fight, I mean, he made Josesito Lopez look like Canelo. And that was a bit alarming for me. I just think he's not that guy that, when Thurman broke through the scene, he was just explosive, letting his hands go and taking people out. And I think this Thurman, look how he's running. And even when he uses his legs, like I've said before, he just circles. So he's easy to cut the ring and catch up. I mean, Josesito Lopez was getting to him. And he's not exactly Golovkin when it comes to cutting off a ring. So I just think his fighting style, the way he fights now, doesn't suit him, and I think that's why he's looking there.
Do you know the difference between Thurman now and the one that because I didn't mean Stuart spoke before, the Thurman now and the Thurman back then. A few years ago, Thurman had that. Every interview, he was like, I want to do what Floyd Mayweather did. I want to be the undisputed welterweight champion. I want to go down as the greatest welterweight. You don't hear that sort of thing from him anymore. You don't.
The greatest welterweight who ever lived, he said. Yeah,
and you don't hear that from him anymore. You don't see that passion in him anymore. You just don't.
He knows that.
He's got that hippie vibe, innit? He's got all hippie vibe. He's like fucking Harry Krishna, isn't he?
I think he's got the lowest knockout ratio of any welterweight champion in history now. I think he's passed because he's been welterweight WBC champ now for how many years? 3, 4.
I think the only stoppage he's had as a champion was Collazo, right?
He hasn't stopped anybody as the welterweight champ. Last time, it was 2013 was the last time.
Did Leonard Bundu go 12 with him?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that was the fight when people started booing him for the first time because he was rallying against Bundu.
And look what Spence did to Bundu. I mean, I think he's still sleeping now, isn't he?
You can almost see the time it changed. I think in that 4th round when Soto rocked him, it seemed like he went to his back foot. I mean, you know what I mean? He just started becoming a back foot bucket boogeyman. He didn't want to get clipped again. He just stopped. He's been before when he fought with Golden Boy. He came out there ferocious. He was fucking into fight. There was none of this running around trying to pick people off away. Listen, he was one of my favorite young fighters, by far my favorite American fighter. And to see him get money, it just happens. Some people, because of the fact that because of his background and he's a thinker, once you threw that money at him, then it really took pretty much all his drive, I think.
Yeah.
So
Do you know what most people concern him for Keith Thurman, because he's known as a big puncher, that he's actually planting his feet and he's throwing his body weight behind these shots, and nothing's happening. He's just he's not hurting them anymore. I'm not sure if Thurman's a strong welterweight. He seems to get bullied a lot, especially on the
I was watching his fights the other day. I looked back at like 2012 at a couple of his fights. If you notice on contact, I slowed the video down, right? And I went down a slow, per screen, and almost all his nasty connection shots that would hurt people, he was right up over his foot. Like he was leaning, putting his weight in. Now when he throws bombs, he's not. He's throwing
to be fair, he is doing that, but I've seen him where he just closes his eyes, plants his feet, and swings for the hill.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
And when he lands, I've seen him do it, but when he's landing, nothing is happening. I mean, Lopez I know he got dropped early on, but he wasn't hurt, got it and carried on. But nothing was happening to Lopez. Now, when you hit when you see what Canelo when he landed on Lopez, I mean, fucking the lights out. So Furman, I'm starting to question his power.
The issue with Furman as well, like the issue with Furman, when Furman, what Jimmy said, when Furman was coming through, when he fought the likes of Chavez and Soto Carras, when he was going to throw these big shots, he was full on 100% dedicated to his shots. Whereas now, I think what Jimmy said, when he's throwing these big shots now, he's throwing them, but whilst he's throwing, he's instantly trying to get out of range of what coming back at him. I think because of that.
I think Amir Khan does that.
I think that's why he doesn't get the shots off. Yeah, man.
Get off me punches where you're just basically throwing punches just to keep your opponent.
Exactly. I think he's. That's why he's not taking them out. I think he's too cautious of what's come back at him now.
And because your mind set on getting on the run, you're not planting your feet.
Joe Calzaghe versus Jeff Lacey.
Exactly.
Remember that fight?
Go again. What'd you say?
This is what Joe Calzaghe versus Jeff Lacey. I was gonna bring the conversation over to Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence. I think it's gonna look almost like that fight, a little like that fight with Joe Calzaghe versus Jeff Lacey. I think Terence Crawford would embarrass Errol Spence. I'm sorry, y'all might not agree, but what do you guys think about that? I think Terence Crawford is too talented.
I got Crawford.
I favor Crawford.
Yeah,
I would favor Crawford before this fight. Yeah, no.
I think Spence stops Crawford.
50-50 for me. I got Spence.
I've always said Crawford wins that fight. I think Crawford wins that fight.
Yeah,
for me, Spence is going to win by KO for me because Crawford hangs around too long in the pocket when he's letting his hands go wide open as well. When he, like I said, his last fight, he was getting tagged up. Was it
Benavidez?
Benavidez was tagging him up for winning the jab battle, and when it got to close range, Crawford lets his hands go. It's exciting when he's doing that, but he's very vulnerable at the same time. And I just think Spence, strong guy, man. You leave yourself wide open for shots like that from Spence, and I don't think Crawford's very vulnerable. I really don't. I think it's only his skills and his defensive ability that's got him out of trouble so far. But I think as soon as someone lands clean on him, then I think we're going to see what the chin's all about.
So you recognize that it's a 50-50 for me. I just lean towards Crawford. That's just me, though.
Yeah, I can't blame nobody because listen, man, they both show me just as much. I think Crawford's a little bit better in terms of changing up his game plan. He can fight. He looks like he can fight in different positions and do different things.
Best switch hitter in boxing, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's not. Well, look.
No, I mean like switching, going effortlessly, going from you know what I mean. Southpaw.
He does it pretty good, but I see like what Stuart said, that he stays when his defense is not that great. It's not that great, and I think Spence hits hard enough where he could hurt him and keep him hurt, or at least keep him not busy enough to win the fight. So, but it could go either way. I could be totally wrong.
All right, guys.
Man,
Errol Spence.
Yeah, sorry. 850. We're gonna move on to the next caller. All right. Thanks for calling.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good call, man. Good call.
Good call, brother.
Call, man. Call again, man. I'd see ya. All right, we're gonna.
It was all right.
He dropped off. We had another caller. Oh well. Anyways.
Oh, man.
Hey, Bucho.
Yes, sir.
Hey, if that dickhead calls back again, I'll take care of it. Nobody's got to jump in. He wanted my opinion. He can get it.
All BBC boxing.
Yeah.
Hey, can I ask you guys something? Every time I touch my phone, right, I'm on my phone. If I change the screen, if I fucking do anything, it says I can't get back. Like I can't. It says you're in the call, and I can't fucking unmute my phone. Or if I'm talking, I can't mute it. I have to fucking turn my phone off. It's the only way I can get out of it. Is that happening to just me?
No, it's nice. No, I don't get that, man. But again,
fuck.
No,
check your notifications and make sure that the Hangouts are on. So you go to settings. I'll tell you. I'll send you a message. It's kind of complicated. I'll send you a message on Twitter. Maybe that's.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh man.
Yeah. So that first caller was obviously.
He was the Spence fanboy.
No,
but that fucking kid's gonna be all upset. Come to fucking Spence loses.
You see how when you fanboy for somebody, you contradict yourself. Okay, he's saying that Mikey Garcia is like a great fighter, this and this and that, but he's picking Mikey Garcia to get knocked out in 2 rounds. So how great can you possibly think he is if you think he's gonna go down in 2 rounds?
Yeah, the ultimate goal is to make Spence look good. Then he brings it
That's
to
what it
Golovkin.
is. Yeah,
Where
that's all it is.
Golovkin has fought bums, and all these people got this hate and resentment for Golovkin. In the meantime, Golovkin is taking his vacation with his family, and he comes back. He comes back and signs his multi-million-dollar deal. You know, while they keep hating their fighter. Well, I don't know if I should say that their fighter, but yeah, most people that root for Deontay Wilder, you know, Deontay Wilder ain't signing no contract. Who's making the money? Who's a good fighter?
Okay, hey, BDA, you asked me about Wilder. Can I tell you what I heard?
Yeah, go
This is
ahead.
what I heard. I heard that he is upside down and like Heyman's got his name on everything. His house, rental property. Seriously, his cars, his name on everything.
I believe
that. In his contract, it's very hard. And if he tries to get out of the contract, like he was trying to leave the PBC, I was told that it's written where Heyman would get so much out of his contract that it wouldn't be worth it, and that's why a lot of guys have tried to leave, but they can't.
Hey,
Heyman's probably doing a Don King and charging him $1,000.
Yeah, Jimmy, you know what I was going to tell you? Jimmy, I was going to tell you that's a typical music contract,
that's right.
You guys remember Suge Knight, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he just ran somebody over.
Well, Suge Knight used to look. I knew a kid who he was obviously from out here, from Jersey, and he was going to sign with Suge Knight. He was a rapper. He was doing this thing, and I guess they liked him or whatever. But then he was like, "Nah, I'm not fucking signing that contract." And it was so funny because there was a rumor going around. So I was speaking to him one day because I knew the guy, and we were talking, and he's just like, "Yo, this dude wants me like to fucking sign over everything to him. He'll handle my money. He'll handle how much money I get." And this and that. He's like, "Hell no, thank you."
Well, you know what he did to Vanilla Rice, right? He fucking Vanilla Rice was at his he was at his record studio. It's like on the 7th floor. Vanilla Rice was in there, that Ice Ice Baby knucklehead, and I guess they hung him over the balcony. They said, "Sign with us, or we're gonna fucking drop you." And they did. No, listen, he was a fucking gangster. He was a 300-pound, 6'4" gangster, and he strong-armed people. He, without a doubt, had fucking Biggie killed in Vegas at the Tyson fight, and he was probably involved in the Tupac hit too, because Tupac had turned on him at the end.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that this guy Al Heyman is bringing that shit to
Of course
boxing.
he is. Of course he is.
And these guys are like signing over everything to him. So trust me, I don't think Deontay Wilder turned that money down. It wasn't him personally. Okay.
Yeah, it's life changing.
Yeah, but how many managers and promoters does this guy need? I mean, it's embarrassing. You know, does he need Finkel? Does he need DeBella? Does he need Heyman? All three of them. He's got to pay him, obviously. You know, they're not even making the right decisions for him. So look, this guy's career is a complete mess.
It's two things.
If he swallowed his pride and just went with Eddie Hearn, he could make himself a lot of money before someone catches up to him. Because it's a matter of time before someone lands on that chin and it's night.
I'm willing to be fair.
He'd actually sell some tickets as well.
I'm willing to be fair here. There's either two things that happen. There's only two things that happen. Either they couldn't produce where the money was coming from. In other words, it was fake. You know, it's like a fake contract, basically. It's not a real one. You know, it's all based on hope and shit like that. Or Al Heyman told them, "You ain't signing that contract." That's it. Because if you left it up to Wilder, Wilder would have took that fucking.
Yeah, because there's something not right, man. There's got to be sort of like mafia shit going on with Al Heyman, where he's got these people. Look, you leave this contract with, we know where your gran lives. We know it's one of them ones.
Heyman, the money's there. Yeah. DAZN's already proved the money's there. Look at the money still in Canelo.
Hang on a minute. They're turning down massive money, right? All these guys, not just Deontay. You've got Gervonta Davis doing it. The Charlos. They're all turning down like big deals. And it just seems to me that anyone with a brain would take these deals, but it's Heyman's got some on him, and it wouldn't surprise me, like I said, if he signed up for the mortgages, for the Lamborghinis and everything else, and once that guy's name's on it, he could take a lot off you. So
yeah, there's something going on, Stu.
Yeah, there is, because anyone with a brain cell, I mean, people say boxers are not fucking smart, but you don't have to be smart to know that say 30 million is better than 6 million. You know, it's not rocket science, is it? So for this guy to be turning down the sort of deals I heard it was it $100 million deal for a few fights or something.
100 million for 3 fights.
See, I mean, I don't believe that can be true. If that is true and he's turned it down, then he should just hang up the gloves because he's got no business being in boxing because he's clueless.
I'd fight AJ Wilder and Fury in the same fucking weekend for $100 million, bro. Fuck it. Unless they had a pistol for $100 million, shit.
Hey Stu, I can't hear you that good, dude. That's why I started talking. I just want to apologize. That's rude. But I don't like doing that. So I don't, if I do it, I'm not doing it on purpose. Believe me, I can barely hear you now. Just wanted to say sorry for that.
Nah, cool, man. You're cool.
I was gonna say, but how can you be called an advisor if you dictate the lives of others? Isn't advisor supposed to give you the best advice?
Let's get the fuck.
Advisor's the name on the door. It's to subvert the advisor. Listen, he controls every aspect. He's the promoter and he's the manager. He's everything, which is absolutely against the law, the Ali Act. It's a federal offense. So he subverts it by putting Lou DiVella, who just does nothing but maybe. And then he even took that out of him because he buys up all those fights at the Barclays. So he does everything, like you said, like a fucking music producer. He handles everything. Look at that fight the other day. Had 2 guys fight. They had no business fighting in Southern LA. Do you see that place? I've seen fucking wakes that are more lively.
There's a DAZN card on tonight, isn't there? Is it Tevin Farmer fighting tonight?
I think so.
He is. Yeah, I guess the Irish guy. I don't know what his name is.
Yeah, Joe Carroll, and I think Katie Taylor's fighting for a unified title as well on that card.
The only good fight is Sulecki against Gabe Rosado. That's an interesting fight.
It's a decent fight there.
Yeah.
Sulecki should score. If Sulecki wants to move on to world title challenges, he's going to have to take care of Gabe Rosado quite comfortably for me.
Agreed. Still.
Yeah, he's like Cameron and I were talking about where do we rank Gabe Rosado? Is he a journeyman or is he a gatekeeper? He's
another Carson Jones sort of thing. Tough as nails, chin like iron, and if you're not 100% on the night, he'll find you out. Mm-hmm. And that's the sort of guy. But most of the time, he's going to come short when he goes to world level because he's just not good enough. It's like the saying, "Just not good enough." It's basically what Gabe Rosado is. It's just, you could put all the steroids in the world in that guy, and it's never going to be good enough. But he's strong. He comes forward, and if you're not on your game, then like Kell Brook wasn't on the first fight with Carson Jones. He nearly come unstuck because them tough guys, they come on strong late, don't they? Mm-hmm. And if you're not fit and you've cut corners in camp, they're the sort of guys that can find you out, definitely. But I think Sulecki's he's that typical Eastern European, probably breathes, lives boxing. He's fit. I'm sure he's not took this fight for granted. And I think he'll do a number on Gabe Rosado. I think that'd be a schooling for 12 rounds.
Hey, you guys want to hear something fucked up? You guys, did you know this? I know you guys are big Usyk fans. Did you know he's a brilliant fuck, like borderline, like genius? He's got his master's degree and shit, and I guess he's supposed to be like fucking brilliant.
What?
Yeah, he's a smart motherfucker. Yeah.
I was. It doesn't surprise me. A lot of them go to school over there, but yeah, he's got a master's degree and he's fucking speaks a couple of different languages, and he's really, really smart. He's got all kinds of plans after boxing and shit. So I think he'll do this right. I think he'll do this right in the heavyweight division. He's smart enough to know what he needs to do.
I'm very Phil.
I am not monster. I'm White Rabbit.
So he won't end up in jail. That's something different for a boxer. I mean, come on.
Lowered expectations, Bucho. Lowered expectations.
No, we talked about Usyk a couple shows ago. I said he's going to very well be able to hold his own. Precise mentioned it too, I believe. He'll be able to hold his own just fine at heavyweight. Usyk will.
Probably. I got a feeling. Eddie Hearn's going to feed Dillian White to him. I do, because I think he's had enough of Dillian White. Because I heard Dillian White threatened him a little while back. Yeah. I've heard the relationships got quite bad. And I know because you know Dillian White can be an aggressive character, the way he acts in interviews. Never mind behind closed doors when money's on the line. You can only imagine. And I think Eddie Hearn's had enough of him. And I wouldn't be surprised once Usyk's got this first fight out of the way that he fucking feeds Dillian White to him to get him out of the way.
That's a dangerous fight, though.
Yeah, it is. But when you look at Usyk, if he's looking to be the heavyweight champion and beat Wilder and Joshua and Fury, these guys, he's got to be dealing with Dillian White.
Yeah,
you know, he has to be. As simple as that. And he's because with Dillian White's really slow footwork and terrible balance, Usyk could be horribly wrong for him. I think that could be a bad fight for Dillian White, but don't be surprised if it happens.
I said the same about Usyk fighting Wilder still because Wilder's so fucking flawed fundamentally. You know, Usyk might fucking trash.
See, I think Wilder could be the hardest fight for Usyk.
Really?
Yeah, because I just think Wilder, as wild as he is and as sloppy as he is, he's capable of landing that fucking right hand. And you know, if he's knocking down an 18-stone Tyson Fury, you know, on his ass, then I think if he lands on Usyk, he's going to sleep.
Yeah.
So that is my worry. I think with Dillian White, I think Usyk's too smart. Dillian White's quite slow with his punches. I think he would see them coming. Wilder throws that right hand. It's like a rocket. Even though he telegraphs it, it's hard to get away from because of the speed it comes at. I don't know. I just think Wilder could be the hardest fight out of the three. I think style-wise, Fury could be bad for him as well because the way he fights. But
then he's quick on his feet. Yeah.
I don't see Fury knocking Usyk clean out. I just don't see that happening where I think Wilder could if he landed. But when it comes to boxing, Usyk's miles above Wilder, of course.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
It's hard to train for somebody like Wilder because he's unpredictable.
Yeah.
He's not going to land on Usyk, man. Like, the only reason why he landed on Fury is because Fury made himself 5'8". You know, he just... Yeah. The only time he landed the right hand was when Fury like leaned down and dropped his hands. So I mean he'll touch him. Don't get me wrong.
Fury's elusive as well, though. I think Fury's very elusive for a big guy. He's hard to hit clean, isn't he? So
yeah, he'll land, but I don't think he'll land flush enough to knock him out.
That'd be my one worry in that fight. Landing clean.
Yeah.
I feel like Wilder's on his way out, man. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but. Just seems like he only has a couple of fights left.
Imagine if he loses after turning down $100 million, then he loses his next fight, and he makes a few million. Then I mean, think about that. How do you sleep at night and look at your wife? You know what I mean?
wouldn't.
Seriously.
I'm not saying Brazil is very good or anything like that, but I wouldn't count him out in that fight, man. If he could take Wilder's punch and hit Wilder, could be all over.
I think Wilder's right hand is seriously fucked up.
Yeah.
Medically, I'm saying, like, after every fight, if you look, I mean, I don't follow him that closely, but the rods and the pins and the screws he's got in his right hand and in his forearm, I don't know, man. It seems like every time he throws that thing, it breaks in some way.
I've got pins and wires in my hand. Broke it 5 times, and by landing a shot wrongly when I was fighting somebody, and I broke it 5 plates. Got plates and wires. And I tell you something, I could brush past something and it fucking kills. So I can only imagine having to put gloves on and punching something every day. I can imagine the pain he's in. He must be having injections. He must be.
Yeah, I had a few surgeries myself.
And if that's the case, it's a matter of time before he has to call it a day because you can't keep fighting when your hands are like that. But someone in the chat just said Dillian White signed with Top Rank. That's not true, is it?
No.
No, I didn't think it was.
I don't think it's done yet. That's a rumor that's been going around. But anyways,
you know what's funny? It's funny, and I don't want to talk, get into a whole thing about these guys. I'm sure nobody does, but I clicked on one of the little LDBC podcasts the other night just to hear the shit they were talking about Spence and Mikey, just so I could, load the clip. But anyways, these dudes was talking, he's going to knock the fucking bean burrito out of him and all this other shit. Now, if I said Mikey was going to knock the fucking KFC out of Spence, I'd get my shit shut down.
Yeah, but you know how it goes, man. Like,
Mikey's gonna crack his watermelon.
Yeah, exactly.
Now look what happened in New Zealand because of that. You say anything about a Muslim now, not to say you should be, but I'm just saying that's, you know what I mean, because of those fucking knuckleheads out in New Zealand, that's going to put, you know what I mean, all the virtue signaling, the Sean Kings and Linda So-So's are going berserk.
I don't know if you guys heard, the shooter was white, guys, just FYI, everybody.
Yeah, claimed white supremacist, and he actually quoted Candace Owens. Oh man,
like, who gives a fuck?
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. That's what they're talking about on the news. Oh, so they're trying to tie Trump and us. It's New Zealand, and if anything, those kids were leftists. They were environmental nuts. They were fucking all kinds of these leftist ideas. So it's bullshit. They just want to tie it all into anything. What it is? They're just trying to eliminate our culture, our history, and fucking the easiest way to get rid of a people is get rid of their culture and history. Open season.
Yeah, but it's like completely irrelevant. You know, first thing out of these, I listened to a couple of news reports, and then like one of the first things out of their mouth is, "Oh, he was white. He was white." Like, who gives a fuck? What difference does this make? You know, he was a fucking piece of shit, terrible person. Period. And then there's all these people commenting, saying, "Oh, don't call him a gunman. Call him a terrorist." Like all these NPCs, man.
Makes a difference.
One after another, saying the same thing, like, "Oh, he was a terrorist. He was a terrorist." It's like, calm the fuck down, guys.
That's what I mean about the news. They preached it. They preach this fucking division, right? Constantly, day in, day out. And then when someone does something like this, it's all solidarity, isn't it? You know, the word they use the most when someone, it's solidarity. It's a load of fucking bollocks. It's cringe. I cannot watch the news no more. I do not watch the news. I think it was about 2 days. I think I've only just found out a few hours ago. It's been 2 days since I found out about this nearly. So I mean, I just don't watch the TV anymore.
All these news stations all over the world, man, they get the same press release from the same source, and they just like copy the same fucking, you know, news story all over the damn place.
George Soros's fingertips all over it too. But yeah, like you were saying, they're the ones. The left is the white supremacist. So okay, you want to bring it that way? You want to do it white supremacist against what are you saying? So white supremacist against Islamic terrorists. So one kid tweeted out in the past 5 years, white supremacist claimed I'm a white supremacist. 386 people in the last 5 years, and they counted Yazidis and all the shit ISIS has done, and it was like 77,000. Like, so you really want to keep doing that? You want to count body counts? It's not even a fraction. So why would the side, like, in the land with all the fucking death, the killing, the misogyny, all that bullshit, instantly up? See, this is a fucking white thing. Fuck you.
Can there be solidarity in boxing too?
No.
Not in today's day and age, man.
No, it can't. Not today's day and age, exactly. You can't. Because it's you know, professional, that's the fucking professional Olympics, the professional victim Olympics now. Everybody's more oppressed than the next.
Well, it's the thing is when sport is used political and for racist reasons as well. We know, let's be real, most of the people that watch sports are always backing the guy that looks a bit like them. You know, that's mostly the case these days. It's the way they've done it. Look at the Olympics, how they make the gold medal tables to show who the true athletes are. It's all politics. And, you know, at the end of the day, back in the day when I started watching boxing, it didn't occur to me where the guy was from, what colour he was. I just like watching a guy fight and back him. But these days it's become, like I said, everywhere you turn, it's forced. And it makes you start backing the white guy because he's white, just to shut the LDBC up and stuff.
But
like
in
that.
the UK, it's not as racial. In the UK, it's not as racially divided as in America. When I'm talking just boxing, you know, like Anthony Joshua is like loved by a lot of British fans.
I'm talking in general in the world, sort of thing. You know, it's always.
I think it's more the US, to be honest, because I live here in Canada.
Say probably more.
Here in Canada, man, you have like black boxers, you have white boxers, and there's like really no difference. It's in the US where I see these fucking.
Of course, it's in the US. Of course, it is. Sean King even fucking tweets about boxing in negative ways. That fucking clown. The fact that even bring up white people. What is Muslim? What does Islam have to do with race of the color of skin? I know white Muslims. I know Chinese Muslims. It's a religion. It's an ideology, not a skin color. And Sean King just get the fuck out of it.
These got guys though that make everything about race, especially in boxing. They've done more harm to the Black American fighters than you can imagine, because a lot of white Americans have turned on them for these sort of people. So they're all going back the Eastern European guys, and that's why the Golovkin and all these guys are big names in America. And that's they say that it's white privilege with Golovkin. It's not. It's because these guys. If you go on a channel and just hear people basically saying all sorts of things about your people and your race, sort of thing, you're going to start going to the other side. And I think that's what they've done. They drove people away, especially Americans, and that's why a lot of the look at top quality fighters in America that are not getting any shine. And
you're right, Stu. Yeah, they don't talk about it, but they just turn a blind eye. Like the LBDBC they'll be talking bad about other fighters, and they'll hype up their fighters, and they'll talk about it a lot. But the other people, they won't really talk about it. They'll just turn a blind eye, and that's why, for example, Deontay Wilder ain't so popular. They ain't saying he's a bad fighter, but they're just not buying his pay-per-views.
Yeah, and it's narrative as well. You've got to play a certain narrative to these guys. If you're like quite smart and like Danny Jacobs, he had his head screwed on. He thought, well, I will stay along with these guys, not getting any fights and making pocket change when I can go to Eddie Hearn and make 2-3 million a fight, and now make probably 15 against Canelo. Big fights.
Well, and Danny Jacobs has been fighting good fighters too. On top of that,
but Danny Jacobs, I mean, his people are fucking just to blame in this shit too. Do you see how he came out in New York? You see what fucking Derek James had him come with the African dances and shit.
Right.
I mean, come on, that's all to fucking that was done on purpose. That's all fucking.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I don't mind. It's like if a Maori, the guy from New Zealand came out to the haka, like Joseph Parker does. I like all that. I don't mind stuff like that. It's just when you go on these channels, it's really divided at the moment, and I think that's why I stay away from other channels. I'm probably subscribed to about 3 boxing channels. The rest is all like conspiracy stuff and stuff. I just don't watch boxing channels anymore because it's just, the division's there, isn't it? And it's
Are you a
cancer. Yeah, I mean, I watch all sorts of. Do you watch that David Wilcock? I mean, he's a strange character. I'm watching a bit of him lately. If you listen to him, mate, if it's true what he's saying, then fuck me out. We are in a strange
Stu believes that there's 2 Paul McCartneys, which is weird. But...
I believe that Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney was replaced in 1964 by a guy called Billy Shears. I do believe that.
Billy Shears.
Besides, what happened to Johnny Gat, man?
They said they're gonna start kicking fucking people off Twitter. The world is flat, and we didn't land on the moon people off Twitter. I'm like, why? Why could you just don't follow them?
Oh, Jimmy,
you know what I mean?
Jimmy, did you ever see that dude, that fucking chubby guy who went up to Buzz Aldrin and said he didn't land on the moon, and Buzz Aldrin just cracks him?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious. Buzz Aldrin's like, oh yeah, he's like 90, dude, and he just fucking cold clocks this guy. It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Aldrin, he's an actor. He is. He's another fucking Kirk Douglas. That guy, fucking actor.
Who's that?
You see Aldrin, when you kick.
I tell you what, he got about as close to the fucking moon as I have.
I love you, Stu. Look at Stu. We ain't going to the
moon.
Stu. Why haven't you been back there? Do you know what their answer is? Because they don't have the technology anymore. It's all destroyed in the program. Get the fuck. You don't invent something and then forget how to do it. Surely.
Stu has gone to the moon plenty of times when he takes a couple of puffs.
Oh mate, when I smoke some of that.
Do you follow Owen Benjamin?
What?
Do you ever follow Owen Benjamin on YouTube?
No, I've not heard of him. No,
Owen Benjamin. He's big into that moon landing shit. He's pretty funny. He's a comedian. He's on Steven Crowder a lot.
There was this guy. I've
been looking at the dome theory as well about the dome. I'm not sure about that, but I've been watching a bit about that to see what them guys have got to say. And there's fucking interesting stuff.
There was this guy named Johnny Gat, man. That he used to post videos on YouTube. They kicked him out.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
You're welcome. Thank you.
That was nice.
Could you please flick my bean?
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, darling.
What's that supposed to mean? Flick my bean. Is that like
something? Come on, you guys are being disrespectful.
Hey, Gonzalo, just put it this way: don't be going home saying it to the missus. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
it won't go down very well. It won't go down very well at all.
Yeah, if I say Spence, if Mikey's gonna crack Spence's watermelon, but they're gonna give.
That's racist, man. You can't say that.
But then they're gonna give Spence. Yeah,
that's racist, bro. You can't
yeah,
say that.
but then they're gonna give Spence grape soda in between rounds, and then he gets his energy back. Is that racist?
What the fuck?
Grape soda. Grape
like the Panama Lewis, you know that colored drink, but this is grape.
Actually, you
grape
know,
juice.
I've drinking that grape soda before. It's not bad.
Yeah,
it's pretty, especially when it's nice and cold.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know I was off mute, sorry.
But yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, what about the old days Kool-Aid without you didn't have any sugar? Ever tried Kool-Aid without sugar? That's a nasty shit.
Oh yeah,
grape Kool-Aid. Yeah,
they used to call it drink.
So Spence can't eat fried chicken. He can't eat fried chicken after the weigh-in because he's got to do the re-weigh-in, right?
God damn, Gonzalo.
I came from water and cornflakes with nothing.
No, but I truly believe that there's a thing about joking and doing things like that are kind of funny.
Gonzalo's 2 beers away from saying the N-word, and he fucking
Gonzalo goes, what does flip the bean mean? And then 2 seconds later, he's like, hey, how about fried chicken and grape cheese?
I have a lot.
Oh, man.
Gonzalo, you're a trip, bro. You're a trip. His last name's Gonzalo, and he heard these guys saying that shit about Garcia, the fucking burrito shit. If I was Gonzalo, then, I'd be fucking pissed too. That's
but
fucking
just laugh it off,
shit.
man.
You just can't say. It's like saying Manny Pacquiao. It's like saying Manny Pacquiao is going to get the chicken chow mein beaten out of him. You just can't say certain stuff like that.
I really don't care, man. That's why, that's why I say it like I say it. I don't say it with mean intentions, like I'm really racist. And I don't even like saying that I'm not racist and that I have black friends because that really doesn't matter. It's just all this thing about stepping on eggshells when you talk about race that is just bad.
The worst thing you can say is...
Gonzalo. Don't ever say you've got black friends because it makes it look even worse.
I know that's why I didn't say it. I'm just saying I don't even like say. I was gonna say it, but then it's so sensitive to the point where you gotta be like real cautious with your words. But then again, if you're joking, it's kind of all right because people really see that. Who cares?
John Gonzalez
it'd just be like me saying I did a 10-yard dash and was sweating olive oil out over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, John Gonzalez in the chat is saying that Gonzalo is a wetback. So John Gonzalez.
I'm transracial, like BDA. I'm here in the Philippines.
Not racist, but racial. That's fine.
But to what Jimmy was saying, the whole African garment thing, that's not, that's all right, but it's just kind of cheesy. It's kind of cheesy on Danny Jacobs.
I don't know what the point of that is, though. Like,
what was worse, though? What was worse, though? Hey, hold on. What was worse? What was worse, though? The Danny Jacobs Coming to America intro or Tank with his Thriller? With a
Thriller.
That was the worst, man.
Thriller's bad, right?
And then a month later, fucking Michael Jackson new evidence comes out again.
Oh shit! What are all those people fucking saying? He's no way, man. These guys already testified he was innocent. This is all bullshit. I'm like, go say, but we're establishing that 30-something-year-old had 9-year-olds sleeping in his bed. You're good with that. You're just saying he wasn't a diddler. Listen to yourself, you fucking whack job. He was sleeping with boys. He was holding hands and giggling like a fucking schoolgirl with a 9-year-old, and the parents whore these children out to him for the money.
Yeah,
Fuck
the parents
them.
knew, man. That's the worst part about it, that the parents allowed this to fucking happen.
Yeah, really.
I mean, this guy, he's a 37-year-old man, and I think the only friend he's ever had was Elizabeth Taylor. The rest were all kids. The rest are all kids, man. And like I said, if you're a parent and you've looked at Michael Jackson on the telly for all these years, you can see he's not all the fucking ticket. He's not wired up right. So it's not that, So you're not going to let your kid go and sleep. Yeah, here you go, son. Do you know what I mean?
Take some lining up to give their kids to him. They were showing him to his house. Imagine showing him to this grown man's house, and he's got a fucking place called Never Neverland, and it's a castle with a little choo-choo train that goes around, and you go in there, and it's like Peter Pan fucking threw up all over the place. And now this dude wants 7 different bedrooms between you and him because there's a hallway and then another stairs and there's many doors. And right away, that would say, why there's so many doors between you and your bedroom? That way you can get fucking warning. It's just so ridiculous. These parents say, oh, I just never would have expected it.
Yeah, let me just.
Apparently, I was watching something where there's a signal near his room, so he'd have these kids in his room, and if someone walked past the signal, it'd be alarmed that someone's coming, so he'd obviously get.
Yeah, let me just.
Did the alarm sound like this though?
let me just call R. Kelly up to babysit my niece that's in fucking.
You're all ignorant. You're ignorant.
Yeah, and there's me
y'all
thinking.
trying to kill me up in here.
You're all ignorant.
Hey,
I think they are.
There was me thinking Billie Jean was a girl, man. So I mean, all along he was a guy.
Yo, Matrix, is that what you sounded like when you were looking for your tapes?
Yeah, man. I was like, y'all trying to kill me. Pete, that's exactly what I sounded like.
Is that what you look like at your landlord's door, banging on the fucking door? Hey, you see my tapes? No.
Listen. This is how bad I reacted. Against me, I wish somebody would have videotaped that. I wish that back then people had phones to record that shit, just so that you guys
laugh about it now.
How bad? Like I was, y'all trying to kill me. I know it. If I remember telling my ex-wife, if that shit don't come up, you're gonna what? I'm gonna kill myself. That's what I'm gonna do.
Hey boys, I just want to ask your opinion. John Gonzalez in the chat has mentioned the R. Kelly saga. Has anyone seen the documentary come out about R. Kelly?
Yeah. Don't feel bad for R. Kelly, John. Fuck him, bro. Yeah, fuck him.
I mean, listen, R. Kelly. This has been going on. Remember, he married Aaliyah
when she was 14 years old.
Right, she was 15, and he took us. I think he took her somewhere. He either lied about her age, he forged her age somehow. I don't know how you do that, but or he took her somewhere, maybe out of this country, where you could marry a 15-year-old.
I got okay. Recognize. Hang on.
You got
so. Hang on, bro. One second. So now R. Kelly was 27 when that happened. That's my age. That's my age now. So
you wouldn't even want to date a 15-year-old, right?
Right. So I'm saying, so I can roll up to some fucking high school and start hitting on the like, come on, bro. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's wrong.
I mean, like, dude, like the youngest girl I ever banged, man, she was 20 years old. I was like maybe in my late 30s.
I think you told me this, bro. Yeah.
Even that was kind of like strange, you know. It was just like, you're a little girl. Like,
fuck that. As long as they're old enough to butcher the.
No, but what I'm saying,
but as long as you don't have to talk to him after.
No, Jimmy,
because that's when it's awkward, right? It sucks.
No, Jimmy, that's what I'm talking about. Exactly. We had.
It's the afterwards. It's great during sex, but they have nothing in common.
She's talking to me about Beyonce. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yo, did you ever have? I'm like, yeah. I'll call you a cab. I'll pay for your cab.
Yeah. Hey, if she's trying to mention Beyonce to me, I think she'd be on about Wilder.
So she was talking about Beyonce. Hold on.
When you get to a grown ass man. When you become a grown-ass man, you know, them little girls, even though they're like 20 years old, they're old enough and they look good, they ain't got nothing for you. You need a woman in your life when you're our age, man.
Yeah,
exactly.
Fight Scott said, recognize the R. Kelly.
Yeah, so recognize. She was talking about Beyonce.
She was 20.
Hold on.
20 years old.
Recognize Kelly.
So she was talking about Beyonce. And you were talking about what? Like
this is a
giant. I was just like
trying to get the fuck out of there.
I'm looking forward to seeing her. I'm trying to get her to leave. Like I'm like, can you get dressed and leave?
Yeah, John. R. Kelly's gonna be singing "Half on a Baby" in the shower in the pen, bro. I promise you. Yeah.
Lennox Lewis in the R. Kelly video back in the day, if I'm not mistaken.
I want to piss on you. Chappelle.
And
there was a video.
No,
there
you
was
kidding
a
me,
video.
dude? He's gonna be treated like a fucking hero in there, dude.
There was a video on that too. The piss video.
He'll be treated like a fucking dude. You kidding me?
Yeah, mate,
Giving him his
wait, hold on. Recognize. While she was asking you about Beyonce, you were doing this, no?
Yeah.
no, Jimmy. I said hopefully he'll get. Yeah.
I was thinking of piss.
Yeah, exactly. If he was diddling, like, yeah, but because those guys get treated like fucking celebs. Depends on who they are.
Yeah, and he'll be in PC and all
well,
that.
no, R. Kelly would be in PC. Am I right, Jimmy? Like they way the population.
They'll automatically put him there, but he can ask to come out. Any celebrity, well, even not just celebrity. Say you commit a crazy homicide where your face is all over the paper. Right away, they first give you 3 days of intake, situation where you're going to go, your maximum, you know what I mean, minimum, blah, blah, blah. And then they automatically PC you. But then you can ask, hey, listen, I don't want to PC up. Fuck that. I want to go general population. Then they have to sign a thing that you went against the prison's orders. So after they fucking find you stabbed up in the shower, your family's not suing the fucking, superintendent.
Exactly.
I mean, when I watched this documentary, when you see the way these girls were saying, the way R. Kelly treated them, I mean, he's fucking Joseph Fritzl without the basement. That's basically it. Because the way he was fucking treated, man, this guy is sick in the head. So, I mean, there's a few people out there that can't accept it, that R. Kelly fans. He's being set up by the Illuminati and all that. Like that. I'm not buying that. I think there's a lot of witnesses coming out, and he's got that fucking. I just think there's something about him where it could be true.
Does anybody know anything about his mother? Is his mother, was she a drug addict or a whore?
Yeah, I think
Here we go. Jimmy the psychologist.
What's that?
Jimmy the psychologist.
Think she was a crackhead.
Well, there you go. He hates his mother. A lot of serial killers, you'll find out the hatred started from their mother. They hated their mother. They thought she was a whore, so they took it out on other women. From Ted Bundy to no, seriously, they do, man. That's a lot of it. They hate their mother. So then you mix in narcissist who's making money. So you got a narcissist who hates women, but he's got so many people around him from security to label people to managers, whose families and their beautiful homes are being paid for by this wacky psycho. So they're hiding it. They're paying off girls left and right. You could take it's a little piss, his 10 grand, bye-bye. But when he gets to the point, he starts keeping them and beating them and shit. It's just, like you said, it's all the people that kept it going who should be going to court. It's all the fucking managers and shit who hid it.
BDA.
I already told you guys. Sorry, man. Did you hear, guys, about the blog Crazy Days and Nights? Apparently, there's some team of lawyers from LA that are writing on this blog. And so it's basically either about the Hollywood stars and bullshit or the crimes in Hollywood. And many times for many years back, those guys were really on point. And they're like talking about the abuse of young ones, the old ones, the killings, and everything else in between. And so there was many interesting topics, including R. Kelly. And so, yeah, by what I read there, he's just disgusting.
You think it's by accident? He hooks up, he grabs, ghetto girls, he goes to the hood and grabs fucking girls who have no money. You think that's a fucking just, a shot of the dice, roll of the dice? That's on purpose, because when you piss on a fucking girl who has nothing, unfortunately, because you $10,000 to her, the family's going to jump all over it, right? And well, in most cases, and that's his thinking. It's not like he's going to pick up prep school girls whose family can fucking afford an attorney. So he targets girls who can easily be bit, who don't go to the cops usually and can be paid off. He's a predator. Fuck him. He did some horrible shit.
No, this is all boxing dudes naming all Spanish singers who went to prison and shit. Like, bro, you're a fucking chump, homie.
What did he say?
Because we're talking about R. Kelly and Michael Jackson. Now he's naming every fucking Spanish singer that ever went to prison and all this other shit. Like, bro, you're a fucking chump, dog.
But so what?
The hell does
Like,
that have to do with that, man?
Spanish guys that are like, yo, you shouldn't. This is what gets me about certain people, man. It's like, why should you care what race R. Kelly is? He's a piece of shit. That's it.
Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Because they got the media, they got CNN, MSNBC, they got everybody who's got their face in front of a lawyer. Fucking the first thing they do is they go right to fight. You know what I mean? It's a leftist tactic. You deflect with attack. You don't take responsibility, or you don't. You know what I mean? Just attack. It's just disgusting. It just really is.
Yeah, All Boxing was doing the same thing when he called earlier. Like he was asking us the questions about boxing, and then he covered his ears and didn't want to listen.
He just kept talking over everybody, yelling, blah, 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 because they can't talk their point.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, like I say, just go vacuum 78's car, then you can come argue with me, homie. All right?
Yeah, we're going all over the place, like Lomachenko, then talking about Golovkin, and it's like, guy, listen, the fact is, Spence is fighting a smaller guy, much smaller guy, and that's it, man. It's a pay-per-view, and you guys rate Spence as this fucking great fighter. This fight's not gonna help him establish that.
And you said that was you, Bucho, when you made a good point when you said, well, all the people who jumped all over Triple G. Remember that whole side of the street and that whole, they fucking crucified Triple G for fighting the guy. And it's not even the same size disparity as happened with Spence. And they're as quiet as fucking a skinhead in a synagogue over this.
Yeah.
When Lomachenko fought Rigo, yeah, Lomachenko way superior boxer. Because the things he does that nobody does. But there's a certain awkwardness when you fight a smaller fighter, in the beginning. That it's not awkward because like Mikey don't have the skill set. Obviously, he's a well-rounded fighter, but it's just the fact that he's smaller. It's harder for a guy to adapt to that. He's obviously sparred similar guys.
Pete, that's funny.
You lose punching power punching down. When you punch down,
he's trained for that in the sparring here, but usually throughout his career, he's not used to fighting the smaller guy. That's all, Jimmy.
All right. What the hell is going on? What the hell's Pete doing? He's watching R.
Play
Kelly?
a little R. Kelly.
Oh. Jesus.
Seems like you're ready.
Nah, but in that whole interview too.
No, don't play any music, man. You're gonna get fucking copyrighted.
The whole interview, when they interviewing R. Kelly, then the lady that interviewed with some other lady in the news
look good there.
Some lady in the news was asking him, I give you credit, did you stood there and you weren't scared that the guy was gonna hit you, and like they were terrified for her life. That also sounded kind of like
Fat Joe was fat.
Condescending, like these people.
Drip, drip, drip. Piss on you.
Hey guys, did you see that picture of Michelle Joy Phelps? I mean, is that really Michelle Joy Phelps? Because that looks like a fucking
Oh man, it looks like the white chick.
Looks like
the
a
white
trainee.
chick.
Oh man.
Damn.
That broad had a chin on her like fucking Jack Dempsey over here.
Did you see George Chaval or something before?
Yeah, Chavallo. Fucking, what was the other dude that Ali fought? Chuck Wepner.
Chuck Webner, yeah.
Oh, man. Anyways, there's not much to talk about, I guess. Maybe we should end the show.
Oh, you saw Lennox Lewis?
No.
Yeah, you saw that? You saw that?
What?
Look at Lennox Lewis right here. Look at this.
Oh, shit.
You saw that?
Yeah.
Lennox.
All right. We can't play any music. All right, guys. Well, we'll have to end the show then if there's nothing else to talk about. So.
Can you hear me right now, Pucho?
Yeah, I muted you because we can't play the song, man. Even if you play like 2 seconds, I don't know how YouTube detects it and they fucking copyright you.
Oh, no, because it says I'm already in the call. I didn't know if you could hear me because it won't let me do nothing with my screen. So that's why I asked.
Thought it was Pete asking. Anyways. Yeah, we're gonna end the show, guys. We're gonna do another show tomorrow, so.
What time? Do you know?
The fight starts at 9, so maybe 2 hours before, 3 hours before.
Pre-fight? Okay.
5 p.m.
Hey, Bucho, can I just say one real quick thing before we go? I was just going to say, I'm going to be out of town, so Gonzalo or one of you guys, so I ain't going to be able to watch the fight, so if some crazy shit happens, just let me know on the Hangouts, bro.
Yeah, we'll let you know in the Hangouts, man. We'll be talking about the fight.
Don't you want to watch it? You can watch it after on YouTube. That way nobody spoils it, right? No?
That's a good point.
Yeah, I suppose I could do that too, Jimmy.
Because
yeah,
that, you know, I mean, that way you don't want it to get ruined on you. You know, if something good happens.
True, that's true too. Yeah.
All right, well, gentlemen, all you guys be safe. All right, everybody be safe. God bless, and hope to talk to you all tomorrow.
All right. Take care,
Right,
guys.
guys. Enjoy the fight.
Peace.
See you guys
later.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. Everybody in the chat, thank you for joining us. Thank you for calling. I see ALL Boxing is in the chat. You should call again. Everybody in the chat, thank you for also the super chatters, thank you for donating. We'll see you next time. We'll see you tomorrow, actually, for the live countdown to Spence Mikey Garcia. Take care, guys.